The following program is rated TV MAL. It contains strong language and is intended only for mature audiences.
We have to go back!
I'm Steve.
What a wonderful day!
Where the fuck is the video?
I don't know. You tell me.
I posted it last night on here. Why is it not popping up? And this is the pop. Yeah, I put it on the soundboard.
I don't know. I haven't touched anything. I haven't touched anything.
So are you on your computer?
All right.
Oh, okay.
All
right, give me a second. We'll have to upload. But go ahead, Victor.
Okay, I might as well just.
All right, that's enough.
I just have to just talk about this off the cuff. I'm gonna be off the cuff. I need to address this now, and because if not, I would be fucking delusional if I didn't. Oh well, the squealing from that's not the fucking squealing from the movie Deliverance, but yes. So I guess with the video that fucking Chayton is gonna upload right now to the server, because he and him control the server. I'm not sure what exactly happened, but I guess it's a fucking video of all the time, roasting, me getting roasted for over a certain movie that came out on Friday. That's all I know about this damn video, and because I said. I guess I said it multiple times. I thought, last time I said this was about maybe 2.5, 3 weeks ago, that the movie was going to make money. And obviously it has not made any money. In fact, the original production was like $55 million. It didn't even make that. And remember what Chayton said last week. $55 million. Normally, studios would say that's a victory. That would be a victorious success, like a grand success. Any other day, it would be a success. But with this, considering the budget it has, and let me just put it this way: the awful fucking stuff that's been coming out, and all this other I'm gonna put it bluntly. The discussion points of this movie, the discourse behind this movie is just so toxic. It didn't make its money back. And I don't think it's ever going to make its money back. With that being said, I want to say this right now. People are like, oh, this is victorious. This is like, oh, Disney's going to finally stop with these remakes. But these same motherfuckers want to go out and see Lilo and Stitch and have it make money. And probably because if Lilo and Stitch does make money, they're going to continue making those damn remakes whether you like it or not. So really, these people are sizable hypocrites. If you really don't want a Disney remake anymore, don't support Lilo and Stitch. It's that simple. It's that simple, folks. Moral of the story. Don't support it. Watch Mission Impossible Final Reckoning in theaters the same day. Because I think it's the same day, right?
Yeah.
Same day. So watch Mission Impossible. That movie is costing like fucking $400 million, and we have to make it successful.
Now, before, and I'll give my thoughts on it too but after the video. Okay. Shout out to Tanner for making this, as well as give me the okay. Logan. See, even she knows it's bad. Hey, I know Snow White's garbage, but calm down. Anyway, but shout out to Tanner for this. Let me know if y'all can hear it.
It depends. Trust me, it's going to make $100 million in opening weekend. Great film.
You serious?
I feel like people are taking the Snow White promotion completely just overbearing bullshit. This movie's going to make money.
Oh, wait, you serious? Let me laugh even harder.
This Mickey 17 bombing just proved it's gonna make money.
No, what the heck? I'll laugh anyway.
I feel like when it comes down to controversy, always when a movie is controversial and it has like drama going on, it always makes money.
Ladies and gents, this is the
No, that's bullshit with The Greatest Showman. This is fucking ridiculous. That movie sucks, by the way. It's actually more than 200 million. I think it's about 250. Okay, that's from George the Jungle. I like that. That's from. Oh, is that from Volume 3?
Get fucked!
Oh, hell no. Jesus Christ. I admit the fucking that little bit at the end was actually pretty funny with the cat in the hat. Yeah. Hold on. Let me fucking fix this shit first and foremost. But yeah, yes, I was wrong. It didn't make any money. I was wrong. People make mistakes all the time. And, you know, I admit I was wrong. But I still think this whole fucking Snow White shit, this whole like culture war behind it, I just think I'm tired of it. I'm fucking tired. I'm tired, okay? I feel like I've been beaten up. I feel like modern movies are not fucking good anymore. I've become even more of a pessimist about modern Hollywood movies now than ever before. And it's not even just me, not even the political side of it. So I'm just fucking sick of it in general. So I just think, in my personal view, if you really don't want Disney to make any more remakes, don't support Lilo and Stitch. I'm sorry. It's just the only way it's going to do it. It's the only way there's only going to way to fucking listen, or else they're not going to stop. They're not going to fucking stop if you give them your money. They're not going to stop. They're not. And these people are like, oh, I want to see original films. Yeah, fucking Presents bombed. Mickey 17 bombed. These motherfuckers are sizable hypocrites. Do you really want original films? Or do you just want something that's like, I don't know. That's my thoughts on the whole fucking experiment. Oh my God, Chayton, you're muted.
My bad. Anyway, I will show or tell you another example. It's to Disney. Again, you spent probably close to $300 million on this fucking movie,
plus marketing, $500 million.
Which by that, you would literally need to make anywhere from $100 million to $1 billion just to break even. I reiterate this.
That's not going to happen.
No. Like
now,
I said this.
No, you go ahead first.
When me and Victor argued about this, I told Victor the thing that's going to save this movie is international, and clearly that wasn't the case. That, if anything, shocked me was how bad the international market, the North American or the domestic total.
I think it was going to bomb domestic. I think worldwide was going to save it. When
I
was talking.
But like I said, $800 million to $1 billion. And I always talk about this movie. It becomes a running joke on this show, but I will reiterate it till the day I die. Terrifier 3 cost $2 million to make and had no marketing because the fans were the ones who marketed the movie.
Wasn't that movie even crowdfunded? Was that crowdfunded?
That was part 2.
Oh, okay.
And how much that movie made off of a $2 million budget with no marketing? $89 million worldwide. It literally currently has.
I argue with Terrifier 3 viral marketing. Like they couldn't market the movie on fucking TV, but they can market it on the internet.
Well, yes, but even then, I guarantee you, it's not going to be that much of an increase of the budget. So literally, I always use that movie for an example. There are other movies that I could use for examples. And that movie for a $2 million budget looked pretty good. Well, how much did Get Out? How much was the budget on that?
About $10 million.
Get Out, $10 million, and that looked fucking great for a $10 million film. That made what, over 100, 200 million, somewhere around there.
Easily over 100 million.
Yeah. So again, my point is that this should be a lesson to Disney that a lot of these fucking movies, they don't need the big fucking budgets. Just do what.
I'll give you another example, okay? Speaking of Disney, well, this is Fox we're talking about, but it's still a Disney movie. Well, actually, I'm not going to talk about the creator because I did flop. Alien Romulus, $80 million to make. I think it made over 200, 300 million.
And how good were the effects outside of the CGI face stuff? How good was the effects in that movie?
Very good.
Yeah. I know. Well, Prey wouldn't count because I think
Godzilla -1.
Huh?
Yep.
Godzilla -1. That cost
$1 million budget.
The Broilers.
How you doing, man?
Cost $10 million.
Yeah, and here's the thing. I get it. You know, they should really cut down their budgets. But here's the thing about, some of the examples you're bringing up. Because most of these examples are Blumhouse movies. And 2/3 of any Blumhouse movie are not very good. Get Out is a special occasion where they're actually good.
Yes,
Blumhouse is fucking terrible now. Speaking of Evil was like the best thing they put out in like 5 years. So
no, I agree with that. I'm not going to sit here and deny that. But the fact is, what was Blumhouse's fucking way of success? They made... Whether they were quality films, they made cheap movies
and
that
they still
looked
make
good,
cheap movies,
and they made money. Not all of them, but the majority of them.
Besides, they have a movie coming out next week, I think, or is it this week? The woman, like something.
Oh yeah, my mom was telling me about that. I gotta look at the trailer for it. But my point is,
next week, or does it come out on April?
I think it's this Friday. And here's the other thing. This is the one thing. This is the one thing that is inexcusable for this movie. Not Death of a Unicorn. This is the one thing that's inexcusable about this movie bombing. Above everything else, above the this tells you not only the controversy, how people thought of the trailer, how people thought of the actresses in the movie as a whole. This movie had no goddamn competition. It had no competition. Magazine Dreams, that bombed.
It did bomb. It bombed back. There was another movie that came out this weekend that also bombed.
With Robert De Niro.
Yes, The Altar. That was an even bigger bomb. That was an even bigger bomb.
So, but let's be honest here. I didn't know about this Robert De Niro movie.
And apparently it's not a very good movie either, which shocks me because it's Barry Levinson, and I like Barry Levinson.
No, Barry Levinson hasn't made that great movies before. Like I heard Envy and Man of the Year weren't great.
I heard Man of the Year has a cult film. I think Envy I heard is not good. Continue.
But like this movie had no fucking competition. This is why I'm interested next weekend, because next weekend is going to be the final weekend. It's going to make any money, because I will do a victor here, but even though it looks like dog shit.
Hey Tanner, do you want to make a sequel to that in case it's wrong?
Well, I'm not going to go full on like it, but I will say this: I think Minecraft's going to do better opening weekend.
I can see that because it's considerably lower budget and.
I thought that movie Minecraft costed easy $100 million to make. At least I think it does.
And plus, there's a ton of kids who are into Minecraft. Yeah.
So even though the movie looks fucking terrible, but that's besides the point.
Looks terrible. I am not going to watch that movie myself. But
I'm not going to either.
Let me tell you why.
Watch it online.
How many more people know about Minecraft and Snow White in this day and age?
Well, a lot of kids play Minecraft, and if they don't play Minecraft, they know it from YouTube. They watch all the YouTube, and these YouTube people.
That's what's going to aid
money
it. And we have not heard any controversy. We've not heard this. We've not heard anything. My point is, though, is that this week it's not going to have any competition. Death of a Unicorn, I want to see, but that movie's not going to do a lot. Any other movie that's come out this weekend is not going to do well. And I've said this too. Now the Minecraft. If
Death of a Unicorn makes money, but I doubt it.
I don't think it's good. Like I'm very interested in the drop off that Snow White's going to get this week. I'm wondering how bad it's going to be because.
Although I think Death of a Unicorn will be okay. It probably didn't even cost that much. It'll be okay, but I don't think it's going to be like #1 movie in America or whatever.
If it's number one, like I'll tell you this much: if this movie's the #1 movie in America, I don't care what anybody says. Like Rachel Zegler and Gal Gadot need to hang up their fucking.
Well, Gal Gadot could go fuck herself.
like literally, this continues again. Hunger Games, the one that Rachel Zegler was in, made money, yes, but it was the lowest of the entire Hunger Games franchise.
And then look at Gal Gadot's resume. I think it's even worse.
Well, yeah, she's been in more movies than fucking.
Exactly, but her drop off is significant.
I agree with you.
Like Red Notice, who gives a fuck about Red Notice?
Wasn't that a Netflix movie?
Oh,
yeah,
it was. Damn it! I thought it had I think it had a limited theatrical release though.
Yeah. Okay. Well, if it did, okay, fair. But like these two actresses, with all the bullshit going on, I just don't like. This is my thing. I don't give a fuck about Gal Gadot and whatever her political things are. I do have an issue with her getting a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame.
That to me is stupid. That to me,
John Carpenter.
I'll talk about it. I heard about this too. I'm like,
yeah,
you're only known for one role, and this one role, like, I don't even know if you're even good in this one role. I've never really considered her good as one role. I'm gonna be fairly honest with you.
And you know what the funny thing is? John Carpenter is just getting his Hollywood Walk of Fame.
That's totally ridiculous.
Yeah, I don't care what anybody says about John Carpenter's maybe his last 20 years as a director, because again, outside of the Ward, to me his last great film was Vampires. But I don't care. Like Halloween, The Thing, those two just by themselves, not counting anything else, automatically earned him a star for a director. Mm-hmm. But my point is that this movie has no. If it doesn't stay at #1, then it's over, because there's no reason that it can't still amount to some type of, like, I don't think it's going to make more. I think if I make a projection, it's not a guarantee, but this is a projection. Hey, Logan.
Shit.
This is a projection. I think this movie is not what I think it's going to, it's just my prediction. I think it's going to have about 50% to a 75% drop off.
Actually, I'll take it one step beyond. 80 million.
80 million?
No, not 80 million. 80%. Excuse me.
Oh, okay. Because I was going to say, I think it's going to make it 15.
I don't know why the
fuck I'm going to say in the 70s.
15 to 20 million next weekend domestically.
I think it's not going to make that at all. I think it's going to be 10. And that's me being generous.
Yeah, like we're pretty much close on that. But like I said, there's not, and let's be honest here, April outside of Minecraft,
nothing is coming out in April. It's a fucking desolate wasteland.
I will say this though.
Well, there's the Amateur with Rami Malek.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Rami Malek, Lawrence Fishburne, Rachel Brosnahan.
Here's what they do. I'll say this. I think outside of Minecraft, I don't think Sinners is
yes,
decent, because I don't think it's gonna do big.
There's also Warfare, directed by Alex Garland.
I don't think that's gonna do well.
I don't think it's gonna do well either. I think
Civil War.
Yeah, Civil War, but you could the concept alone was more interesting. Warfare, I think it's playing a little more straightforward.
There's also Sinners by Ryan Coogler.
That's gonna bomb because David Zaslav does not know he marketed. There's no marketing in that movie right now.
I think it's gonna do decent, but it's not gonna do well. The Accountant, I don't think it's gonna.
No, it's not gonna make money.
Until Dawn, possibly. I don't think the first big box office movie, and I'm not talking hundreds, I'm talking budget versus how much it makes. I think outside of Minecraft, the first big box office hit is going to be Final Destination Bloodlines.
I haven't seen the new trailer for it, which came out today.
Looks so fucking good.
All I know about it is that apparently the whole first responder stuff is apparently not true. We thought the movie was going to be about first responders. Apparently, it's not. That's not true.
No. I think they scrapped that many years ago and all that. I will say this though, it was shocking seeing Tony Todd in this movie because of the fact that I didn't realize how thin he got. And he reminded me of Sid Haig when they did 3 from Hell right before Sid Haig passed away. How Sid Haig looked thin as fucking hell. But he
yeah,
is.
I
agree, Hunter. I agree.
Bloodline's coming out. I want to be technical. I want to be correct. When is Bloodline's coming out?
May some. Let me. Someone will probably beat me to it, but let me look.
Actually, let me have a look. I have my computer. Hold on. Let's see if I can beat this bitch.
May
May 16th. Dibs. Knock on wood. Yeah, I actually agree with you. You know what? I don't think Thunderbolts is gonna do well. I think it's gonna flop.
Yeah, I don't think I forgot. This is what I'm saying. I forgot about Thunderbolts, and I want to see Thunderbolts. I have more interest in that movie than I did in Captain
Thunderbolts
America.
asterisk.
I have zero interest in Thunderbolts asterisk.
I will say this though, but Final Destination. Now, who knows? Thunderbolts could do better than. But I'm basing this off of one thing. Profit over budget. I'm not basing it off of. I'm not saying Final Destination is going to make $300-400 million because again, I feel like there's interest because it's been so long.
Mm-hmm.
It's a franchise that has had
been long dormant for almost 15 years,
and it has been a very successful franchise. You know,
and we know with Deadpool Wolverine, absence makes the heart grow fonder.
And look at it this way. Final Destination is one of those rare, kind of like with Halloween. It's one of those rare franchises that did not have any spin-offs, or not spin-offs, but had any straight-to-DVD or TV movies or anything like that. Like, yes, Final Destination had some comic books, but so did Halloween. My point is, though, is that I think it will do good. I think the trailers...
I think it will do very good.
What do you think about Karate Kid?
I don't know.
I have mixed feelings on it.
I don't know.
What do you think? Do you think it's going to make money or do you think it's going to flop?
I don't know. I really don't know.
It might break even.
To me, you know, I don't know because I never seen Cobra Kai. Like,
I'm not even a big. I'll be honest. I actually do have one of them too, Hunter. I got him at a Alien World. I will even say this: as much of a Superman defender of that trailer, fuck you, by the way, Victor.
Yeah,
but I am such a Superman like I'm not going to come in here and tell you that it's not going to make money. I have to wait for the reviews to go in because that I think is going to be telling.
Yeah, and also here's the thing with Superman. Warner is expecting that movie to make over $1 billion, $2 billion. Batman Begins didn't even crack. I don't think it even cracked $500 million worldwide when it came out, and then it saved the franchise. Dark Knight.
Dark Knight didn't. Dark
Knight did go $1 billion.
It did. Okay.
What I'm trying to say is that Batman Begins, it had to start off small, and plus the DVD. That's another thing about this. I guess it's going sort of into. I'm hinting at my topic now, but like. DVD sales back in those days were so important because that's how most movies, even if they flopped, they profited off of DVD sales.
Why do you
have that anymore?
There were certain movies that bombed, but they made their money back with DVD sales. That's why I tell people, Victor, I know you're a pirate, fuck you, but you know, that's why I always support fucking physical media because
what the fuck are you talking about? I have a bunch of physical media right here. Yes, I am a pirate, but goddamn, I watched the Pirates movie first.
I will. Oh yeah. Well. To be fair though, Soren's bigger than yours.
I'm in a fucking apartment.
Soren. Is that your only shelf?
Jesus Christ!
Fuck you. Okay, because I was about to brag. I was going to be like, show you my entire section, and then I see that. I'm like, I can't.
Wow. Yeah, that's definitely
the mother load.
Oh,
I had at one point. I've sold a good amount. I will be honest, but I have about like maybe 4. Or I used to have like the max I had was 800-900.
I don't even have that much. I think max 200 at best for me.
Woman. Oh, okay.
35 on 35 movies on DVD. What about on Blu-ray? Come on, I have my fucking Letterboxd here, so it could be okay. 128 movies on Blu-ray. As for 4K, I can find it. 57. So we can go ahead and go to the calculator. You go 128 plus. Come on, get to the right thing now. 57 plus 35. 35. I have 220 movies in my collection. That's what it's giving me. That's what's giving me right now. So yeah, and I like I said before, DVD sales back in those days were so important. I mean, unbelievably important. I mean, even Matt Damon, I think he said this in an interview one day. I don't know if I think it was during Oppenheimer promotions, but he was mentioning this too about how DVD sales and plus even like independent movies that would bomb at the box office made money on fucking DVD, and that's how they became cult movies. And like for example, let's see a movie that fucking flopped that became a cult
Dread?
A cult movie. Dread. I mean, that's a little bit too recent. That's a little bit too recent to comment, but like cult movies in the early, like mid 2000s, they made a bunch of money on DVD alone. I mean, DVD was such a big empire back in those days. You could make easy like what over $300 million in profit. Like it was that big.
Thank you for letting me wear your undergarments as a necklace.
Oh God.
Oh, it's you, Parker.
Show what I conquered. All right.
But yeah, that's that's what I genuinely think. I don't think Karate Kid's gonna do that well. I'm gonna be completely straight with you. I feel like Cobra Kai lasted like the last season was like dragged out over like 6 months. Probably people already got sick of how it was like they spread out the fucking release of those damn episodes.
And I'll be honest with you again, I never was really into the Karate Kid. Like even I like the original. I was a kickboxer kid, if I'm being honest.
But yeah, I think like in terms of like big box office, I feel like this year is going to, I think, you know what other thing too that ruined it for everybody in terms of like, you know, how these original movies play out. I just think that these movies are like hard, like these original movies, except for ones released by studios, so they want to take the chance. They're hard to come by. They're only in like 5 theaters in the fucking world. You have to wait till streaming to watch them and all this other stuff. So it's just like, I don't know. Like I said before, people say they want original films that they don't fucking show up to them. That's just what I don't get. If you want original movies, why the fuck do you not show up to them? I mean, like, what do you really want then? Like, come on. Like, I if you want original movies, fucking make sure to fucking go support them. Like, for example, Companion, which we reviewed last week, $10 million budget, made $36.7 million at the time of this recording. It made 2 times its budget back. Yes, it didn't make $100 million. Well, I honestly wish it would have, but it made money. And that's an original film. See, this just doesn't make any sense. The only so-called original films that people go out to see really are horror films, it seems like. A lot of the dramas that get released that are so-called original, nobody goes to see. Comedies, well, granted, comedies are, to me, are kind of dead in the water anyway, but I don't think No Hard Feelings even did very well at the box office. I don't even think that movie even did well. So it's just like, I don't know. It's a complicated process. It's very complicated in terms of I think this box office year is going to be a little bit tough. I think it really is. I feel like April this year is going to be what May was last year. Just a fucking desert land. Fucking filled with nothing until Final Destination or whatever fucking comes out. And that makes money. Like
really Final Destination, probably Lilo and Stitch are probably gonna be the 2 that make money.
I really want Mission Impossible to do well. I really do. I know it's difficult considering the budget it has, and they blew it on the fucking submarine. I just really hope it makes money because
why I don't know if Paramount knew this in advance. Why like to me I feel like it's Paramount's fault because they're fucking this is the second time they're shooting themselves in the foot.
I mean, I feel like Paramount is in a very rough spot right now. Other than Scream, what else do they fucking have? Nothing really.
Top Gun Maverick, but that's even fucking.
Well, that's yeah, but like, I feel like with Mission Impossible,
yeah, but it's not like it's a franchise thing. It's just one sequel.
Yeah, you know, they are making a fucking third movie apparently, so make of that what you will. But with Mission Impossible, it's been a long-standing franchise for almost 30 years. Next year will be the 30th anniversary of the original film. So I don't understand why you're going to give your temple to open against a Disney remake that people.
Oh yeah, they have Sonic. Tyler, say hello, Tyler.
It's just it's getting a little ridiculous now. And yes,
well,
they do
okay,
have Sonic,
so they do have some successful like that could be franchises. I think sooner or later we are going to get a Smile 3, Sonic. We already know it is going to be Sonic 4, Scream. But again, how much more can they do with Scream? I feel like if Matthew Lillard, like the whole Matthew Lillard stuff after that's over with, I don't know where else they can go with this. I just feel like
I do agree that 7 should be the last. I do agree with that.
Yeah.
Because if you go with an 8, what are you gonna do? Bring back Sam? I don't know.
That's what I was gonna say. That's literally the only way I feel like they could keep this thing going. Well, Transformers, I think, is gonna be dead for a few years.
Transformers is fucking dead. Transformers 1 did not do well, and now it's supposed to be the reboot again.
And that was an excellent film.
And that was a great film.
Yeah, and as a result, Hasbro isn't financing these Hasbro movies.
No offense, Jose, but who gives a fuck about SpongeBob movies?
I don't think so. I don't think the third, not the third. It's the 5th one they made now, right? Correct?
6.
I lost count. I've only seen the first movie.
I'm not counting the Netflix ones for the record, so I think it's 4 or 5.
In that case, 4.
Okay.
Quiet Place. Oh yeah, Quiet Place. But again, I just don't see where else they can go.
Part 3 is going to be the last. There's no doubt about it. But
Fast and Furious 12 will be in space.
Well, that's
they haven't done 11 yet.
They said they were stopping with 11. They were stopping with 11.
And part of me believes Fast and Furious 11's even dead.
I don't know. I mean, they said they were gonna go film it. They said they were gonna go film it, and then they keep on saying we're still working on it. And yeah, it's been since 23 Fast 10 came out, right? 2023.
Yeah, 23.
And it's been about 2 years, and yet still nothing about it. At this point, we're waiting until fucking 2027 for that fucking movie to come out.
Basically, the same time we're going to get Batman Part 2.
That is if they don't delay it again.
I hope not. If they delay it again, they just need to kill it and just go with their James Gunn one. I hate to say that. You know, I really don't want them to kill it, but you know, if they're going to delay it again, like,
yeah.
It's not like we're our pets.
And again, I think they delayed the Brave and the Bold movie for DC, so yeah.
I don't know.
Well, again, they got what they got? They got Superman for movies at least. They got Superman, and then what is it? The next one's gonna be Supergirl.
Yeah, although the TV show Lantern is gonna follow Superman, I think. Because
they got Peacemaker as well. And then what else do they have? Swamp Thing, Clayface.
What?
Clayface.
Yeah, but you know, to me, with all this stuff, I feel like Warner.
Sergeant Rock.
Yeah, it's Luca wanna go fuck yourself though, so I don't know about that.
Wait, is it Momoa gonna be in? He's gonna be Lobo and Supergirl, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I thought that was a rumor.
No, it's been confirmed. That Momoa's Lobo.
Oh.
It was like a month or 2 ago when we found out.
Oh, because I know they wanted to get him, but I guess they just, I guess.
Well, he's been one thing is when Jeremy Jahns talked about the initial DCEU back in 2014, he said he thought that Jason Momoa was going to be Lobo, but he ended up being Aquaman. Now
Even Momoa thought he was going to be Lobo. When I think we got a call from DC about it, he thought he was going to be Lobo. It's it's Momoa like is obsessed with that character. That's like why I think
it's better than reprising Aquaman. To be honest, I don't think they're going to touch Aquaman anymore. I don't think so. I don't think they're going to touch it.
He looks more like, let's be honest here, Momoa looks more like a Lobo.
Yeah, he doesn't really look like an Aquaman. He doesn't really look like it, you know.
Well, he did through Injustice. Like the Injustice Aquaman, he looked like it. This was darker hair.
But yeah, as for anything else fucking Warner, but I'm thinking like Warner this year is relying heavily on auteur-driven movies, and I don't think that's the right call. Like these movies are gonna half of these damn movies are gonna flop. Look at Mickey 17 already. It's a big bomb, and the Alto Knights is even bigger. It's an even bigger bomb. Like who? Like I don't know what the hell they're Minecraft, yeah, but Sinners. I don't know if that's gonna do well. F1, I think it's just F1 is finished.
F1 is by Apple, so it wouldn't even matter to them.
Granted, yeah, you're right, because Warner only has distribution rights. They don't. If the movie bombs, it's not on them. They're not going to lose money. Apple is. Apple,
yeah, and then like Sinners, I think it's going to do decent if the reviews are good. I just don't think it's going to do good.
It's at 90 million, so it'll have to make 180 million to break even.
Which I think if the review, because you got Michael B. Jordan, you got Ryan Coogler, they've worked really well together in the past. This premise I find interesting, and you know the posters, the trailers have been good. So I think as long as the reviews are strong, I think
Coogler, I don't think he's made a movie that hasn't been well received by critics. All of them been well received. Even back to
so I don't think I think it may do because again it's different compared to some of the other movies we're going to be getting in April. So I think
also Final Destination that's distributed by Warner Brothers. I think that's going to do well.
Well, I'm gonna say it's Warner. New Line Cinema is just the in-name only brand at this point.
Yeah.
So it's really just Warner under a costume. There's also, I'm looking at their schedule. Apparently, Weapons, which was Zach Krieger's latest, I thought that was going to come out next year, but apparently got moved forward to August 8th this year. Yeah, it got bumped up just a couple of days ago.
Hey guys, you want to react to the kind of like what we did before with Tom? You want to react to that Final Destination trailer?
Might as well. I haven't looked at it. And also, you also have.
There's also Paul Thomas Anderson's One Battle After Another, but Ivor Hunt's will bomb.
Well, all of his movies bomb. Every single one of it, except for maybe Boogie Nights, have bombed. Magnolia, it technically bombed.
There will be Blood Money
on home video. And also There Will Be Blood apparently also made money, but it only made $76 million. This movie cost $140 million. So I don't know how much. I don't know how in the hell PTA got that much money for. I don't even. Maybe it's apparently it's his most commercially approachable movie. So maybe it'll do well because DiCaprio is in it. But I don't know.
Let me see. Oh, never mind.
There's also Mortal Kombat 2.
Fuck!
That's gonna do well.
I could give less than 2 shits about that movie.
Anyway, all right,
watch this shit.
Let's get to it.
I'm not.
Drinks all around.
Companion 2. This is what it looks like right now.
One thing I will say, because I'm going to try to pause it, that way we don't get too much for it. But there's one thing I'll say. I feel like this movie is doing right that some of the other ones have not done as often. The suspense before the
Final Destination has no suspense. The fucking race car bullshit at the beginning is just.
Oh yeah, that was awful.
That was stupid. It was awful.
Family, you don't get to pick the one you get. Just gotta love the one you got.
This really does look like Companion 2.
Who
I
the
got
fuck is Iris?
I don't think you got it.
Well, remember the last time we had Final Destination was like 2011. So it's been what like the shooting styles and all this other stuff. It's been like literally 15 years almost.
Okay,
So
that was a joke. That was a joke.
I held him off.
huh?
That was a joke. I'm being
Oh.
a comedian. I'm being a comedian. Yeah, I'm saying everything is very funny. I'm very funny. I'm just a great comedian, right? I'm so great.
No, hey, you know what your funniest thing was?
What?
Trust me, it's gonna make money.
Shut the fuck up.
Somebody hand that drink to David Zaslav already.
For years.
Charlie, get up here.
He's a relentless son of a bitch.
Oh god, don't tell me that CGI. It looks like it.
Won't stop till he finishes the job.
Uh-oh.
Death is coming for our family.
I said, oh, 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 oh.
Oh, shit.
Oh, I got someone.
Oh, fuck. Jesus.
Not gonna lie, I legit thought someone was gonna drink from that glass, and that.
I thought because there was a teaser that was posted yesterday before the trailer was released, just of that glass shard. So, anyway.
I bet you that's gonna be the opening. That's gonna be how
What's happened to us? Years ago, I had a premonition that started it all. I saw what death was about to do.
Oh shit! Christ!
And see, this hits home to me. One sec, I'm gonna go back inside. But anyway, this hits home to me because we have here at San Antonio the Tower of Americas, which is kind of like the thing. I'm assuming that's Seattle.
Like Seattle, and that looked like Seattle to me.
Yeah, so we have something similar like that here at San Antonio. What are you wearing? I like it. What are you wearing? All right. Well, whose topic is it after we react to this?
I guess I could go.
Okay. All right. Well, let's finish this
I
trailer.
have the top 15 movie scenes, so.
Okay. I'll probably go last with my underrated. Hopefully, that list will not be as controversial as last week's
You better
list.
not be pissing me off, boy.
You better hope God's on your side tonight.
Yeah, you better hope.
All right.
Man,
Let's continue on.
That's just
I saved a lot of lives that night.
Everyone needs to get off the dance floor!
Lives that were never meant to be saved. But death doesn't like it when you mess with his plans.
All right, that looks like CGI a little bit, but that's again with that I'm kind of okay with.
Drop the piano.
This book, it will show you everything you need to know to keep our family safe.
It all started with Grandma. Death is coming for us because we were never supposed to exist.
Oh, there's the log truck.
Only by embracing death will it pass you by.
Hunter has a funny story about that log truck.
Just crazy to see what.
Yeah, he looks fucking ill. Like he really does.
Yeah.
Like it almost looks like I never seen 3 from Hell, but I could kind of see. I think he said, "Hey, film that movie like right before he died, or right?"
Yeah, he literally looked like that and all that. So like, kind of looked like, except he had a bigger beard. But yeah.
Maybe death's not actually coming for our family, because that would be crazy.
Right.
Good luck.
I think that's a fake out for the trailer, because if you saw the original trailer, the like that one clip basically of the first trailer for Final Destination Bloodlines, that's the same guy who was in that tattoo shop who had that same thing. So I think that was just a shot for the trailer. I will say that.
Or maybe the tattoo was completely made for the trailer, and that's not.
Or it could have been a dream sequence.
True.
That could be.
Why does the main character?
Either way, it's giving me Vietnam flashbacks to Little Nicky, which I saw tonight.
No, Little Nicky, fucking Little Nicky. But I don't know if anybody else thought this way about the main character. Why does she look like if Melissa Barrera and Haley Steinfeld had a child? She looks like both of them combined. That's what I noticed. I don't know.
I've seen her from somewhere. Let me see if I know where she's been in.
Oh, David Stephon Diggs. Oh no, the Patriots. Oh no.
David, get out of here. No one likes you.
Hey, we wouldn't be on here if it wasn't for him.
Oh yes, we got worship. Hey baby, come over here. We got worship our Overlord David. Wait, are you wearing? Okay, yeah, that's appropriate for God's. Oh yeah, come over here. That's appropriate. You can wear that. We got worship. We got worship David.
Oh my God.
We worship David. All hail David. All hail David. She's even wearing your shirt, God's favor, because David is Lord.
Yes.
Anyway,
I'm a troublemaker, just like Tyler.
No, but David was on TV. He was on The Price is Right.
That's right. He was. He spoke to me earlier today. He actually appeared on TV.
Yeah, he told me that he had to like Drew Carey just took a dump and he spread his cheeks and David had to kiss it to get on.
Jesus. Diggs could be released. I don't think they're going to release him. They just signed the contract, didn't they? As for what? Are you kidding me? They're trying to remake Red Sonja after the first time. No.
Yeah, apparently they've been trying to get it off the ground since late last decade.
Oh my God! Watch the Siskel and Ebert review of Red Sonja. It's one of the best reviews they've ever done. It really is. It's amazing. The fucking scene about
he looked like he was going to the bathroom.
Yeah, he looked like he was going to the bathroom. My sister, my brother, my family. Oh, it's not just like she wants to kill her family. She's also going to kill her sister and her brother.
What about Benji running?
That's Benji the Hunted. That's one of their best too. But Benji the Hunted. But like, okay. Apparently with Red Sonja, this hasn't even found a fucking distributor. At least in the United States. Unless Ketchup Entertainment's going to pick it up.
Well, I'm looking at the.
I better get this out of the way.
I'm looking at the MPA bulletin, and apparently it's under Samuel Goldwyn Films.
Samuel Goldwyn's releasing it. I forgot they even still released films. But apparently, as I was gonna say, with Ketchup Entertainment, apparently they are in negotiations to buy Coyote versus Acme. It hasn't been confirmed yet, but they're trying to get the right to it.
Well, they better.
And it surprises me because. Daily Earth Blew Up didn't do that well, but yet Ketchup Entertainment is going to take the risk and do Coyote versus Acme, and is Warner even going to give it to them? That's my question. And if they do,
to be fair, it's gotten good word of mouth, and I have a hunch it'll do well on Blu-ray sales.
I feel like if they're going to buy Coyote versus Acme, they need to go all out with it. A big marketing campaign, wide release. And then Ketchup Entertainment will be respected in this industry because Ketchup Entertainment, let's face it, they made the Starving Games and the fucking second attempt at a Hellboy reboot, which apparently fucking sucked too. So it sucked just as much as fucking Neil Marshall's one. So yeah, I don't know. Okay, I guess I'll go first in terms of my topics. I want to talk about. Speaking of which, speaking about this whole box office craze stuff, I want to talk about. My thoughts about the state of films today in terms of like how well or bad in this case it's doing, and I have several reasons why it's not doing so well. Several reasons, but I want to start off with the first one. It's not the main one, but it's a very important one. That the economy is so bad. The movie theater tickets and the concession stands are too expensive. Even if you had AMC A-List or Regal Unlimited, it's still too expensive. It's way too expensive to go out to a movie these days. And that's why people are not going. Because it's simply
I rarely go to theaters nowadays. I only do it if a movie isn't pirated soon enough, or if it's a big event or something.
It's just the only movie I saw last year in theaters was Deadpool and Wolverine. That's it. That's the only movie I saw last year in the theater. That's the only one. And before that, 23. I don't even know if I even saw a movie in 23 in theaters. I'm gonna need to go ahead and look back Oh wait, The Woman King came out in 23. That I saw that in theaters, but
22.
I can't 20. Oh, that's 22. Fucking. See, I'm misremembering release dates. I'm very good when it comes to that, apparently. So number 2, as I am alluded to before, the downfall of the home video market. Yes, physical media is very important, but a lot of people just don't want to buy DVDs anymore, and I think I know why. Well, not just streaming; it's the fact that streaming companies want to force people to go to streaming. Settle. They want to get as much people as possible, and it's certain movies you can only see on streaming, and streaming, as we learned over the past couple of years, it's not very profitable. It took only last year for Disney Plus to turn a profit, and that's only because they added Hulu onto the bundle. That's why they turned a profit. Other than that, Disney Plus was not making a profit in the first 5 years of its existence. 4 years. But I feel like, again, DVDs made so much money in the industry and helped certain movies make money as they go along. And streaming, it's not the streaming. These movies hardly make any money on streaming. Yeah, maybe they might stream well, but they don't barely make money. They don't. These filmmakers and all these other people don't make as much money on streaming. And compared to the DVD sales, and DVD sales are, let's face it, they're declining. I mean, people say, "Oh, physical media is back" or whatever. In terms of sales, no, it's not. It's pretty much just becoming a collector's market. That's what it is. This is why studios like Arrow and Kino Lorber are about as big as the big studios, because they have a niche for the collector's market. Not a lot of people.
And not to mention, Best Buy recently pulled out of.
That's another reason. Best Buy, when they pulled out, and Target also apparently pulled out too. So at least
although it's
in the
still
stores,
being sold
they
online.
did.
Although Target still sells Blu-rays online. In fact, I just ordered a couple of Blu-rays from them today.
Next Blu-ray order I'm gonna make. I don't know when I'm gonna make it. I need to buy more. I've been eyeing a Breaking Bad complete series set on Blu-ray, because it's like they have a coupon where it can be $50. I'm just like, oh, maybe I should buy. But do I really need to spend $50? Can I find something cheaper? Even though I've seen the whole fucking show, I just want to own it to my collection. But yeah. Speaking of streaming, number 3, streaming. I think also too that what's kind of killed it in terms of, like, especially with Netflix. I know I talk shit about Netflix all the time, but really calling movies and television content is like the stupidest thing ever. Content implies that it's not. It implies like it's soulless. Movies are an art form. Entertainment itself, you can argue, is an art form. People making content is just some tech company lingo, and it's fucking ridiculous. Like, and all these other movies that Netflix keeps putting out that are utter crap because of the fact that they want to put out anything out with the lowest common denominator. Look at all the Netflix comedies that come out these days. Like, they look cheap. They look almost like TV shows. You ever notice that, especially with their romantic comedies? They want to get into a niche market that Hallmark is also in, where they make these cheap-ass romance movies, and then when it comes to Christmas, they want to make their own Hallmark ripoffs and, make money off of them. It's just like they put the least amount of effort. Now, I'm not saying Netflix doesn't know how to put out a good movie. They have put out movies that were good, but it's rare when they do. Number 4. The 4-quadrant movie. I believe that the 4-quadrant movie is dying. What do I mean by 4-quadrant? Men, women, teenagers, kids. 4 quadrants.
Not just the men, but also the women and the children too.
But yeah, I feel like the 4-quadrant movie is dying. I feel like in order for because back in the days, 90s and things like that, movies were being made for specific demographics. Now, there was an occasional movie where a movie was being made for everyone. Look at the fucking, like, something like Speed or Men in Black or Independence Day. Those are made for everybody. but those are few and far between on the schedules. A lot of these other movies were in very specific demographics. Like women's pictures were basically either dramas or romantic comedies. For us guys, you got mostly action and sci-fi. For the kids, of course, you have Disney, and then Don Bluth's later pictures, as well as like a couple of other smaller kids movies that they would put out, like Free Willy, like the mid-budget kids movie. And then for horror fans, of course, although horror was dying in the early 90s, but you still had the likes of Freddy's Dead and Lawnmower Man, if you could even consider that a horror film, or a bunch of other stuff. They were made for specific demographics. We don't really get that anymore, and I feel like movies are suffering because of that. I feel like if they go back to making movies specifically for one demographic and just marketing it to them, they can turn a profit. Number 5, YouTube and TikTok sucking up attention span for a lot of people, especially Generation Z. Yeah, I know Generation Z is it's life's punching bag at this point. I technically belong to Gen Z, even though I don't consider myself as dumb as some of them could be. But like, you could tell that because of social media, because a lot of these people just go on YouTube and watch fucking stupid video essays or crappy deep dives that could be that are like 5 or 6 hours long. Rather than in that span of time, you can watch 3 movies, depending on the runtime. So I don't know why. It's just and the attention spans are getting shorter and shorter and shorter. I mean, yes, I have issues when it comes to pacing in movies and editing in movies, but like not as much as other people. Like, I don't think a modern kid, unless it's like a fucking event movie, would go to a movie in a theater. That's just how it is, I think. Number 6, oh boy, easily the most controversial point on this list. I believe the culture war has something to do with it. The political nonsense has been going back and forth. It's getting way too ridiculous, and people are basing movies on mainly political reasons and not for for example, if people said that Snow White didn't look good because it was a remake, and it was soulless and all that, I get it. Using political outcry, I just feel like it's kind of ridiculous. You know what I mean? Oh, wait, hold on. I have to fucking mute myself for a second. Hold on. Give me a second.
Hi. I guess I'm alone for the next couple minutes.
Not alone anymore. Although, here's what I got. My mom was making me brownies. They don't have weed in them.
Looks good. I like brownies.
I fucking love brownies. It's like my favorite dessert. Yeah, I think the culture war is also the blame. Like, also, I feel like the culture war nitpicks about movies that don't even deserve it. Like, for example, like I remember when fucking Furiosa was coming out, and people were saying, "Oh, woke." I'm just like, did you even see Fury Road? I don't like Furiosa that much, but that's because it was just a all style, no substance movie to me. Not because woke. The stupid dead term. Just move on from it. Number 7. I truly believe that the 2007 writer's strike and the most recent writer's strike have affected the box office and like how movies are made, especially the 2007 writer's strike. I mean, I don't think because of what fucking studios decided to do, after the 2007 writer's strike happened, the studios decided we can't take risks anymore. We need to make movies that are profitable because of the fact that we are not going to make any money because the writers want money. And that's why fucking like all these other shitty franchises keep coming about, because it's safe, expected. They put it out because they know they could turn a profit. That's why the Disney remakes keep being made, because if you're not paying the right, because if the writers get paid, they're not making a cent, honestly. And I think the most recent writer's strike was also, affected the box office significantly. I just think that, I don't think Hollywood ever gave a shit about its writers. But if there's any indication that they really don't give a shit, it's the writer's strike. And they were like, you know what? Because of all this, we're going to make movies that are safe and expected, and just so we can make money. Number 8. I know this is going to give non-flashbacks to everybody, but let's face it, COVID.
Yeah.
There's not much more I can say about that. COVID affected movies big time. The last big box office year was 2019. Even though people say it's one of the greatest years of all time in terms of movies, no, I don't think so. I actually think it's one of the worst. But box office was through the roof in that year, through the roof. And now look at now. It's kind of like a fucking wasteland compared to 2019. Number 9. I don't know if anybody else feels like this too, but I feel like most of the creative people in Hollywood, like the filmmakers and movie stars, are moving more towards television than movies. Like, look at all these movie stars are doing TV now. 10 years ago, they wouldn't be doing shows. They really wouldn't. They really wouldn't be doing shows. I feel like, back in the day, TV made stars out of people. Some of them transitioned into the movies well, others didn't. But they made stars of the people on TV. Now the movie stars are making TV shows. Same thing with filmmakers. Look, like all these different like fucking filmmakers are actually spending the time to make television. Especially for pilot season, it seems like. For a pilot, you could get a famous director, boom, get it made. David Fincher probably was the first one to do it with House of Cards. First one to do it. Number 10. Harvey Weinstein. Or rather, in this case, the Me Too movement in general. Because of these people being in power who are just doing all this crappy things behind the scenes, I think this is one of the reasons why people don't trust Hollywood anymore, because of these fucking studio executives that keep doing horrible shit. Not just for the movies that they green light, but all these terrible things that they do, like Harvey Weinstein, or a fucking what the hell is his name? Brett Ratner. He did terrible things. You could argue Joss Whedon never had a career after Bryan Singer. Like, regardless of how you feel about their work, like these people did horrible things, It's just, and people don't trust them anymore. Like, look at fucking, I know it's a very recent thing, but like last year with Jonathan Majors. Oh, he was slowly becoming a big movie star. And then when that fucking tape hit, it was over. It was just completely over. And honestly,
also Amber Heard.
Yeah, same thing. But I'm going back to Jonathan Majors now. That tape fucking ruined him. And honestly, now he's. I don't know how if he was promoting Magazine Dreams, but if I heard something recently about he pretty much admitted to what he did and all this other stuff. So I just think that not a lot of people, even what you call it. Even like they don't like these people, and you know what they say: never meet your heroes. It's just the way it is. Number 11, capitalism. Is that just capitalism? And then number 12, the last one I want to make. It's more of a personal thing. It's not really a thing, but I also I feel too, like, me personally, about why I don't like I pick apart a movie, because I have a tendency to nitpick, or maybe I'm just too old for this shit. I don't know, but I just thought to myself, maybe break that down, because maybe I am getting too old for this shit. Just like Danny Glover in Lethal Weapon. The movies that are being made today are not really being catered to my tastes. But I feel like there's a lot of work that needs to be done if Hollywood wants to get back on track. But for me personally, like, sure, I'll watch my big movies if I'm interested in them. But I feel like a goal of me this year in terms of 2025 movies, I need to start watching foreign language stuff, because I watched this movie last night called Exuma, which came out in 2024 last year. It was a Korean film. It's a horror film. And I saw it, I'm just like, why did I wait this long? I could have put it on my top 10 best of the year, possibly, because I think Korea makes a fuck ton of good movies every year. They're the king shit. They really are. I don't think I've seen a Korean movie I didn't like. I liked Train to Busan. I liked The Host. I liked Parasite. Although The Host was the first. No, I take that back. Okja, but that's an American movie. But that's the first Bong movie I ever saw was Okja. But then The Host, then Parasite. And the Koreans, they make a lot of good movies. And Eczema, I think that's how you pronounce that name of the movie. It's on Shudder. Go watch this movie. And I think it has a Blu-ray too. I think Welgo USA put it out. Watch it. It's fucking fantastic. I loved it. I feel like Koreans, and I'm trying to explore more different countries around the world because, sure, America is the movie-making capital of the world, but I feel like a lot of other countries make movies that I might be interested in. You know.
Also, India with the last year's Kill.
Yes, India.
And not to mention
that was in my top 10. India.
And not to mention Triple R, which was a
I've never seen Triple R. I've never seen it. I've heard a lot about it, but I haven't seen it. But you know, and also Norway's making strides as well too in the foreign marketplace. But you know, I feel like foreign films, a lot of foreign films, I feel like are the future in some ways of movie making because Hollywood. I don't know if they're gonna pull out of this. I mean, pull away from all the controversy and all that stuff. But like, I feel like foreign films are important. You know, sure, we have to read subtitles, but sometimes they can be really fucking good. Especially, I hate to go back to Eczema again, but it's a scary movie that has a big heart. That's another thing that a lot of movies don't have nowadays. A big fat heart. Yes, because I think it's because people are sick of sentimentality. I'm just like, bitch, this is the guy who loves Cameron Crowe. All of his fucking movies are sentimental. Every single one of them. And, you know, I feel like there has to be a movie that could be sentimental that could really resonate with audiences. And maybe that'll be the hope. Like, you know, the movies don't have heart anymore. They're all about brains. And most of the brains are not well constructed. If that makes any sense. So, that's just the thing I wanted to talk about. All right, Soren, I'm going to let you go.
All right, I have my topic, and my topic is my 15 best scenes of 2020.
Before I sidetrack, sorry. Yes, I've heard of I'm Still Here. I've heard a lot of good things about this.
Yeah, it even won the Oscar over Amelia Perez, and thank goodness for that.
Oh, boy.
Anyways, my topic, the 15 best scenes of 2024, and these aren't in any particular order except in release order, so here we go.
Okay.
Number one, the Doom Part 2, Paul riding the sandworm.
You know what I would put? I put the scene, even though it is kind of a dark scene when you think about it, is the scene where he's, you know, giving that speech to the people about bringing them to the promised land or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
I think that scene stands out for me more than most in that movie. Yeah. Not so much the sandworm. That's just my opinion. Or maybe the scene where Austin Butler's fighting that other dude in the Gladiator ripoff.
Oh, yeah. It's a ton of great scenes. Number 2, the Washington, D.C. raid in Civil War.
Yes, absolutely. I think it's that's the whole third act, and it's devastating. It's dark. It never really ever lets up, and it completes the themes of the movie that was trying to say brilliantly.
Number 3, the car flip from The Fall Guy.
Fuck! I forgot about that. What was that scene? I've seen The Fall Guy.
At the beginning, where Ryan Gosling.
It's the one where the scene where he got fucking injured. And it was a setup. It was revealed to be a setup later.
The scene where he's trying to beat the world record for the most car flips in the beginning.
I'm gonna need to rewatch this movie. I really do. I need to rewatch it.
All right. Number 4, the war rig sequence in Furiosa. Say what you will about that movie.
I don't think any scene in that movie was memorable.
Number 5, the anxiety attack in Inside Out 2.
I actually like the scene that follows it better. I mean, the scene where they all kind of come together And the whole thing. It's this whole thing about the emotions, accepting Riley for who she is as a person. I think that's the scene that follows that anxiety attack, and I think that scene was powerful.
Uh-huh. Number 6, the scooter escape from Thelma.
I've never seen film. I've heard of it, but I've never seen it.
It's a hilarious movie. It's with June Squibb and Richard Roundtree. You should check
Shaft?
it out. Yeah, Shaft.
Wow.
Number 7, Deadpool dancing to NSYNC.
I actually think, in terms of like the scene that really stands out to me in Deadpool Wolverine was anything with Matthew McFadden.
Yeah.
He was hilarious in that movie.
Number 8, the MacArthur Park wedding from Beetlejuice.
I haven't seen Beetlejuice. That's because I don't know. I haven't even seen the first one. I don't know if it's even gonna fucking appeal to me. Sorry.
Number 9, the opening on the Walk of Fame in The Substance.
I think that opening. I first of all, it's not even the opening scene of that movie. It's the shit with the egg. But I feel like that scene does. I think what I like about it is the
visual storytelling.
Yes, that's what I like about it. It's kind of reminds me of old Disney movies from the Golden Age. In the Golden Age, they used a lot of visual storytelling, particularly in Bambi and Dumbo, and that's what it reminded me of. Although it is one singular shot, but I like that. I like that bit. I like that bit.
Number 10, you're probably gonna kill me for this, Victor, but the symbiote climax in Venom: The Last Dance.
Fuck Venom. The piece of shit.
Number 11, probably the funniest scene of the entire year, the house invasion in Anora.
Ugh, that scene is awful. Rape! Oh, fuck! And I have to do this on Mikey Madsen's birthday, and I'm ranting about Shaw Baker again for a 4th straight week.
Number 12, Defying Gravity from Wicked.
Yes, the final sequence. Yes, absolutely. It's one of the only movies that is a 2-parter, but didn't even fucking feel like a cliffhanger. You could just end it right there. You could have just ended it right there.
Yeah. Number 13, the opening of The Brutalist when they enter America.
Again, haven't seen it.
It's on the wheel. Number 14, Live and Learn from Sonic the Hedgehog 3.
They play that song in Sonic 3?
Yeah, and the climax without spoiling it.
Oh, jeez. I didn't even know they fucking used that song. I mean, I get it. It's, it's based on Sonic Adventure 2 loosely, but I didn't know they would get the rights to use that song. I thought it would be like Hulkenberg doing the score of it, unless that's the fucking orchestrated version of it. I don't know if Hulkenberg even used it for the score. Tom Hulkenberg, for those. Junkie XL, whatever the fuck you want to call him.
And finally, number 15, number 15, entering the castle and finally meeting Nosferatu.
I actually think, you know what I think? The scene on the boat was scary. That scene on the boat, that shit was scary. You know, the one guy investigating the boat and the fucking rats, he goes to, kill him. I think it was on the boat, right?
Yeah.
That was scary.
Also up there was the ending where Lily Rose Depp sacrifices herself to kill...
yeah, she literally got fucked to death.
Pretty much, yeah.
She got fucked to death. As for other scenes that I could probably point out, in terms of like what scenes that really stood out to me, there's one in A Real Pain, the Jesse Eisenberg movie, where he's having dinner with all the other people, and Kieran Culkin, I think he throws a little bit of a fit, he walks away, and then then Jesse Eisenberg gives this speech about how he's really feeling. And the shot here.
That's an honorable mention of mine.
That, to me, is the best performance Eisenberg's ever done. And since The Social Network, at the very least. But that singular scene is the greatest thing he's ever acted in.
Yeah,
and he directed the fucking movie, too. It's just like, wow. I didn't expect this from Eisenberg. I really didn't.
Yeah, it was a pretty impressive sophomore debut after his first movie was not great, but not bad, but not great either. When he finished Saving the World,
absolutely stood out to me 100%. I'll also put the climax of Your Monster in here. Once you see it, you're gonna be like fucking blown away by it. I mean, it's just unbelievable. Let's see.
Another scene in a real pain when they visit the grandmother's house.
What about also the scene where I think, fuck, the one where Kira Culkin's losing it on the train.
Yeah.
That one is, Kira Culkin is fucking amazing in that movie. I feel like now he's gonna do a lot more movies now. I mean, yeah, he was already on Succession, but I feel like a lot of people are gonna know who he. Okay, there's another one from Transformers 1 that really is powerful. When towards the end, when Orion Pax becomes Optimus Prime, that scene's fucking powerful. I feel like Brian Tyler's score is part of the reason why I think it's so powerful. I think it's an unbelievable scene.
I'll honestly take the scene before it where Megatron betrays him and drops
That's
him.
a brilliant scene too. But I just think that, to me, that's what stood out to me. Let's see what else. Come on. Think of something, asshole. Because so much of 2024 was me doing the Kirsten binge, so I was like, Kira the Planet of the Apes. Pretty much, I think anything in that movie, what about the scene in Kira the Planet of the Apes for the whole fucking that whole part, that place where Nova lives gets destroyed. Let's see. Okay, I'll say this. The first Omen, where Margaret, I believe the character's name, she goes into labor, goes that part.
Yeah, that was pretty suspenseful.
Yeah, that was a good scene. That was a very good scene.
Also, the climax on the boats in the Wallace and Gromit movie, the recent one.
Let's see. Oof. Did I really not? Hold on. Let me just go here to fill. There we go. That's gonna be a little better. Also, I want to say another fucking mention. I could say two scenes from Twisters: the opening and the climax.
They were up there for me.
I mean, Jesus Christ! Fucking with the opening scene of Twister, you killed off pretty much 2/3 of what could have been your cast in the opening scene right there. And it's fucking, speaking of the WoW robot, Kiss the Sky, that montage.
Yeah.
That is one of the best montages that's been ever that's been done. And then let's see what else I could do here. 24. Come on.
Challengers, the final tennis match.
I will say a complete unknown. When you hear when Bob Dylan's singing to Woody Guthrie for the first time, that showed me that Timothée Chalamet was all in on that role, and he was just he was Bob Dylan to me. That was I could also say the scene at the end with the fucking concert. What the fuck's its name? The festival.
I'll say this about Timothée Chalamet: if it weren't for Adrian Brody, Timothée Chalamet would have won the Oscar. I mean, he won the BAFTA, I believe.
Yeah, and I think he won the Screen Actors Guild too, didn't he?
The Green Actors Guild. That's what I meant.
Oh, and then also, a couple of other scenes. I will say what do you call it? What do you call it? There's a couple of scenes in September 5 that really stood out to me. Remember when at the very the scene where they find out the attack, is still happening.
Yeah.
September 5 was a really underrated movie. I really, really like that a lot.
Yeah, underappreciated. Even
I know a lot of people don't like it because it doesn't conflict with their political beliefs, but the movie was trying to be more objective about what happened. That's what I saw. It was an objective movie. People, you could say, the whole Israel-Palestine movement kind of wrecked this movie from even, being more culturally significant. But like, I feel like it was very, very well done. Very well done. Let's see. Speak No Evil, the climax, and I could also say Con Eye Joe when that comes on. He just fucking just treats his kid like utter shit. It's just like, oh my goodness. I'll actually say one in Saturday Night that actually stands out. The very, very, very end. The very end of that movie. Where, you see SNL finally go on the air. And then you fucking see the camera zooms in. I believe it's Dan Aykroyd, Dylan O'Brien zooms in where he says for the first time live from New York, it's Saturday night, and then the movie ends.
Yeah.
I think it's a great way to end a movie. I think it's absolutely a great way to end the movie.
And also, as bad as Argyle became, the opening I thought was had potential.
But okay. A couple of, let's see if other seats time. The scene in Abigail where they played the Danzig song, where Catherine Newton got fucking possessed or whatever, or became a vampire with the Danzig song.
Yeah, I even say the climax of that movie.
A Quiet Place, day one, the last scene of the movie where Sam and the fuck's the guy's name? They go their separate ways, and that ending is heartbreaking.
Okay, as much as I didn't like Quiet Place Day One, I'll give you that.
It's a matter of, I don't even know if that's even good because you play the Cranberries over. I'm just like, I want to be thinking about. I'm so pissed off. I was so pissed off when I watched it, and then the Cranberries came. I was like, fuck you. You don't deserve the Cranberries. Fuck you.
And I'll even say an underrated movie, Problemista. The ending with the main guy. Where the main guy confronts the Hasbro guy for stealing his idea and pretty much blackmailing him into finally getting him a job. That was pretty
It sounds like Barbie 2 right now. It sounds like Barbie 2. It's like, what if Will Ferrell...
No, it's not Barbie 2.
I know, but it sounded like something, a storyline I would hear from Barbie. Let's see. Okay, as much as I enjoyed Longlegs, but I didn't love it as much as everybody else.
It was
the scene where Micah Monroe finally cracks, like she like in the car, she just finally cracks, right? When she's going to the fucking mother's house because she's part of the cult or whatever. And
in that movie, I'd probably say the scene where she and Nicolas Cage finally meet near the third act.
I just think Micah Monroe was the heart and soul of that movie. That's just me. That's just me. To me, Nicolas Cage is overdoing it a little bit. We live in time. You could pick any fucking scene from this movie.
Probably the gas station scene.
The gas station's pretty fucking good, but the ending is so just... The scene where after... Spoiler alert, although it's been out for 6 months, where after Florence Pugh dies and Andrew Garfield's teaching his daughter how to cook. That shit's fucking powerful. That shit is powerful.
And also, I know you didn't like Frozen Empire, but the opening with the car chase. That
was okay. That was okay. I didn't like the movie. The movie was terrible. That movie was so disappointing. It had no right to be that bad, but oh my god! And I think it killed Ghostbusters for good. I think they're done now. I really think they're done.
Yeah, I think they're done after Frozen Empire pretty much broke even, if even that.
They broke even.
Huh? Yeah, we're just talking about certain favorite scenes of the year right now. There's another one. Fuck, the ending of Fancy Dance. Soren, did you see this movie?
Fancy Dance
with Lily Gladstone, the Apple movie.
No.
The ending of that movie is powerful. I'm like the only person who fucking saw that movie.
Also, the ending to Memoir of a Snail.
I thought you were gonna say Memoirs of Vacation. I'm telling you, no, that's not a good movie, Soren. That's not a good movie. They hired fucking Chinese people, mostly Chinese people, to play Japanese characters. Except for Ken Watanabe. He was like the only fucking Japanese person in that movie.
Yeah, but Memoir of a Snail, though, that right there is cinema.
Anyway, Chayton, you could now go with your topic if you wish. I was just
Did
rambling.
y'all do your topics already?
Yes.
Yeah, we
Yes.
were pretty
Oh,
much
shit, 'cause I
done.
gotta do one last thing. I didn't know y'all were done.
Oh, you have what? You're done now. You're good now, or?
No, I'm still working on something. I just came back to check on y'all.
Oh
Yeah.
fuck! I gotta improvise now.
My bad. It's been my girl and I have a running joke behind the scenes that y'all don't know, but I'll say it publicly. Half the time, whenever I do the show, we usually at one point or another during the show we fuck during certain parts of the show. Every so often, every episode or so, every other episode, so we may not, but that's usually what happens. So that's why it took so long. Otherwise, I would have been back sooner. But yeah, it was a lot of fucking. And even then, I was hurrying because I was like, yeah, we're going good, but I gotta get back to the show. So yeah. Anyway.
Oh Jesus Christ! I guess I'll do the top 25 most underrated movies of 2000, starting with number 20. Walk Hard, the Dewey Cox story. I've
I
never
recently
seen
saw
it.
that. It's really funny.
And a lot of people criticize A Complete Unknown because it's shitting on James Mangold's career with the Walk the Line. I'm just like, oh, give me a. That's probably the reason why. Even though I hear it's funny, but it's just like, I don't know. I guess fucking film Twitter or Letterboxd, whatever. They just take themselves way too damn seriously. Number 19, Lars and the Real Girl with Ryan Gosling pretend like fucking falling in love with a damn life-size doll.
I haven't seen that one.
Oh my god. Number 18. Synecdoche, New York. Pretentious shit.
It was good, but not great.
Fucking Charlie Kaufman. When he's not working with Spike Jonze, he's pretentious. Number 17. 25th Hour. Directed by Spike Lee, apparently produced by Tobey Maguire the same year as Spider-Man.
I heard that's a pretty good movie.
Number 16, Brick, Ryan Johnson's directorial. Is it his directorial debut?
Yeah. I still need to see that.
Number 15, Primer. I've heard this movie's pretentious. Low budget, time travel, $700,000 up its own ass.
I really liked Primer, but now his next movie, Upstream Color, now that's pretentious.
Number 14. Okay, I'll agree with this one. 1 Hour Photo.
Robin Williams should have been nominated.
I think
Fuck you, Tyler.
The 1 Hour Photo is a great movie. Great movie.
Yeah, it is.
Number 13. Oh, I saw this movie recently. I did not care for it. As much as I love Danny Boyle. I love Danny Boyle, but I did not care for this movie. Sunshine. Did not care.
Love it. Love it.
The first 2 acts were pretty good. The third act ruined the entire movie. The entire movie. I hate how it's edited. The editing in that movie is so awful.
For me, yeah, it should have won 2 Oscars. Visual effects, especially over Golden Compass.
The music was phenomenal. That's the best thing about it. That's the only part that people remember from it.
That's what won the Oscar.
That's the only part people remember for it, and for good reason. The editing in that movie is atrocious. Number 12, Confessions of a Dangerous Mind.
I still need to see that.
That's the George Clooney. He directed that movie.
Yeah.
Number 11, Todd. Is it Todd Haynes? I'm not there. I think that's Todd Haynes.
Yeah.
Where the first Bob Dylan biopic, even though it's the more experimental one. If you want the more commercial one, watch Complete Unknown.
I'm not there. It's just boring and pretentious.
Todd Haynes is always pretentious, except for maybe Velvet Goldmine. I haven't seen Velvet Goldmine, but I heard it's good. But other than that, he's pretentious.
Todd Haynes is hit or miss for me. He can make something great like Carol or Dark Waters,
and I heard Mildred Pierce, even though that is a miniseries, I heard that's good.
Or he can make something pretentiously overrated, like May December.
Oh, May December. Oh, jeez. Oh, come on. Number 10, Moon, Duncan Jones' directorial debut.
Love it.
Number 9, Best in Show. I think everybody's seen
Still need
or
to
at least
see
heard
that.
of it. I've at least heard of it. I've never seen it. Number 8, Stranger Than Fiction.
I don't think I've seen that one.
With Will Ferrell. Number 7. This is the one Martin McDonagh movie I love. In Bruges.
Love it.
Number 6. Road to Perdition. Yes. Wholeheartedly agree. I love Road to Perdition. To me, looking back, because American Beauty has not aged well at all. So I think Sam Mendes' best movie is Road to Perdition, to be honest.
Skyfall?
Oh, fuck. If you're forgetting about Skyfall. Damn it. Fine. Skyfall. Number 5. Master and Commander, Far Side of the World.
Love it.
They were supposed to make more of these movies, am I correct? And then they didn't do it.
Yeah, it was just overshadowed by Lord of the Rings.
This is why you don't open your movies on Christmas. Number 4, Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. Talk about bomb. That's a bomb. Number 3, The Aquatic Life of Steve Zissou. Oh, God, Wes Anderson. Oh, God. I love his animation work, but his live action movies just not. They're too. I hate quirky movies. I really don't like quirky movies. Number 2, The Assassination of Jesse James by the coward Robert Ford. Fuck you, Andrew Dominic. Enough said.
Love it.
And number 1, Zodiac. That's underrated.
Yeah, because it was a huge bomb back then.
No wonder, because it was too long. It's the one David Fincher movie I don't like, other than Meg. That's the one David Fincher movie I don't like.
Alien 3?
Alien 3 too, but like, you know, like I like most of David Fincher's movies. Most of them are very good. I haven't seen Benjamin Button. I haven't seen Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, but something tells me I want to watch the original Girl with the Dragon Tattoo first before I watch the American version.
You haven't seen Girl with the you haven't seen the original either.
No, I haven't seen the original Swedish movie either. I haven't seen that either. So, you ready to go now?
Not yet. I had to add some additions to my list.
Oh, jeez.
Actually, I think most people will like this list.
Okay.
Yeah, they better.
And just FYI, it's not to appease people because, you know, these are my lists and, you know, it is what it is.
Your favorites or overall best?
Oh, my God. Your favorites are your you see. Okay, I am seeing like a... Hold on. Hold on. Fucking WatchMojo.com is fucking buggy as shit. To be fair, that was a better list than Chayton's list last week.
Indeed.
Oh no, it was it got more. My list was better because it got more people talking.
Ugh, you pissed everybody off. You pissed Jose off, and it's not easy for him to get pissed off.
I'll take that as a badge of honor. No offense, Jose.
Jesus Christ. Oh,
yeah, I think one more I gotta add, and then I'll be ready.
Oh boy.
Yeah, actually, I will put this in here. Gotta at least have one, right? Now let me fix up the numbers, and then should be good to go. I decided to make it a top 20, so let's see. Where is? Oh yeah. All right, I think the list will be fine like this. I'm satisfied with the list. Let me just put this a little bit lower. All right. So of course, last week I had my top, the very beloved,
beloved, like beloved as in belovedly hated.
Yeah, belovedly hated, and here's what I think of it.
Oh my God.
Yeah, the very beloved list. That was the top, what was it, 20, I think, overrated movies of all time. Well, this week I have the top 20 underrated movies of all time. Now, I will say it is mostly horror, but there are a few in here that are, you know, non-horror. But we'll start off at number 20. It actually, you know what? One honorable mention. Since I'm doing a Marvel trilogy, third Marvel trilogy movie in here, I might as well add another one into the honorable mention. Spider-Man 3.
Spider-Man 3, I don't understand the hate for it. Yeah, I think it's a fucking miracle it turned out as good as it did, despite the flaws.
I've never understood. Even when I was a kid, it wasn't like one of those movies I watched as a kid, and then I was like 12 when it came out. But like when it came out. How old?
I will say this, and if you played the PS5 game, you know what I'm talking about. Harry should have been Venom.
You be quiet, Jose. It does not suck. It's much better than most fucking superhero movies these days.
So my number, honorable mentions would have been that one, Daredevil, the director's cut.
Yes.
And I need to reiterate which cut. Punisher Warzone. Punisher Warzone.
I'll say the Thomas Jane one is way better.
I like the Thomas Jane one too.
I agree, but I feel like that the Punisher Warzone, both are completely different movies. One is more closer to for story purposes, but I will also say that Punisher Warzone, I don't care what anybody says, and I love John Bernthal as Punisher. It's the most comically accurate Punisher.
I don't know.
By the way, speaking of Thomas Jane Punisher,
his family gets killed in a it wasn't supposed to be some undercover espionage thing like in the Netflix show, and it wasn't the entire family like in the Thomas Jane version. This Punisher felt isolated. He had nobody.
I would say it's a Punisher Warzone. It's a more comic book.
Yeah.
Movie, but I just feel like Punisher. To me, the original Punisher, it's a superhero movie that doesn't feel like a superhero movie. And that's what I really like about it.
Speaking of Punisher, have either of you two seen the short film Dirty Laundry?
Yes. That was good. That was good. That was basically the Punisher 2 I wanted, but we never got it. So my number 20, this is probably going to be the controversial one because Blade Trinity.
Oh, that movie's fucking no.
Yeah, not good.
I don't.
No.
It's the weakest of the three, but I don't hate Blade Trinity.
Even Wesley Snipes had enough and walked out of it.
Best part about it is Ryan Gosling as Diet Deadpool.
I like
Triple H and Parker Posey as bad guys.
I like Parker, and then of course
I like Parker Posey, but fucking I think when she plays a villain, it could be a little too over the top. Look at Josie the Pussycats; she was terrible as the villain. That movie's terrible.
I don't hate. Okay, thank you. At least I'm not saying it's better than Blade 1 and 2, but I don't.
And then I can't take Triple H seriously as a movie star.
I don't understand the hate. I don't like.
I said Ryan Gosling. Did I say Ryan Gosling?
Yes.
Fuck me.
I think I said Ryan Gosling.
Oh, okay. Someone said it's number 19, Blades of Glory. I feel like I thought
that movie got mixed reviews.
I think
that one doesn't get talked about that much. I've quoted that people talk about like Anchorman being the most quotable Will Ferrell movie. Some of the
Step Brothers wants a word with you.
Well, I was going to say Step Brothers or Anchorman.
Step Brothers is Adam McKay's best movie by far.
But Blades of Glory, I've quoted almost most of that movie. Most of those ones are I say, look, it's for free. Touch it's going to cost you something. Or I'm like, that, my dear friend, is how babies are made. Just like what I was doing a little while ago.
At least we can all agree anything's better than Holmes and Watson.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, I agree. Well, that one did have
terrible.
That was John Heder and fucking Will Ferrell in Blades of Glory.
Yeah, and fucking what's her name from The Office is in it too.
Oh yes.
Yeah, from The Office.
Yeah, I can't remember her name, but yeah. And then number 18, Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter.
Oh, Jesus.
Again, another movie I don't it's a campy throwback to like the old 80s style camp. It's not like again, you've got a president of the United States portraying as a vampire hunter. You are not supposed to take this movie seriously, whether it's and also
I think I know why people don't like it. It's for the director of Wanted. Wanted is a very divisive movie.
And I know it's
Wanted. I didn't think so. That's why I would have put Wanted in there if that was the case.
I don't know. I feel like Wanted is kind of a divisive movie. At least in these days.
Now I know it's like comparing apples to oranges, but how does it compare to the Steven Spielberg movie?
Lincoln? That's just a more serious biopic.
Well, I was going to say, as a film in terms of just how good it is, like shot, all this other, Lincoln's a better film. In terms of pure entertainment value, ironically, both of them came out the same year.
Yeah, and I think even Lincoln came out in the same summer, I think.
I think it came out in the fall time.
It came out during Oscar season.
Damn it! Daniel Day-Lewis playing Lincoln. Of course, it came out to a fucking award season.
So number 17, Kevin Smith's first foray into horror type movies. I'm not talking about Tusk, even though it's a great
Red
one.
State?
Red State.
I've never seen Red State. I haven't seen it. I've seen all of his movies up until Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back. I haven't even seen Clerks 2 yet.
You haven't seen Clerks 2?
No. I own it. I've been needing to get to it, but I never gotten to it. And
I haven't seen Clerks 3, but Clerks 2, you haven't seen Clerks 2? What the fuck?
I know. I need to get around to it. I love Kevin Smith, though. I love Clerks. I love Mallrats. I love Chasing Amy. Dogma.
Yeah, I love all, and I will say this.
Bob Strike Back is one of the funniest movies I've ever fucking seen.
Outside of Yoga Hosers, I liked Kevin Smith as a horror director. Yoga Hosers was too much. I will say that, but Red State and Tusk were very different movies. Like Red State was more serious, while Tusk had
Tusk is a comedy.
Yeah. But Red State about cult, religious cult, all that good stuff. Love those types of movies if you ever like about cults and all that other stuff. Number 16. This is a movie that I feel like doesn't get talked about much. It's also one of my favorite Christian Bale performances. Out of the Furnace.
I thought you would get. Never mind.
I feel like that this movie is not. I think Woody Harrelson's great in it. I
thought you were gonna.
Go ahead.
You know what? When you mentioned the underage Christian Bale performance, I thought you were going to see The Machinist.
I thought you were going to see The Machinist as well too.
That would have been one, but I thought that would be too easy. I try to pick some movies that most people will probably say, yeah, I can agree with.
More people have heard of The Machinist compared to fucking Out of the Furnace.
Because Christian Bale lost all the weight.
Yeah, he lost all that weight. That's why people know about that movie. Out of the Furnace, who talks about that movie really?
Yeah, it's a fantastic movie. I think it's a movie that I feel like not a lot of people have seen, and I feel like it's because these are all movies. Like some of them may not be good, they may not be like great, like how I look at like the other ones. I'm not I'm using underrated, whether it's box office, whether it's like just consistent. Like my number one is literally the epitome of, for a while I couldn't even find videos on it on YouTube. Like I'm talking reviews and or retrospectives or something like that. Anyway, number 15 is Midnight Meat Train.
That's a good movie.
Yeah, a lot of people in the horror community know about this movie.
What the hell's his name? Something Kitamura. I forget his first name. He's a Japanese filmmaker. I've seen 2 of his films. I did not like No One Lives.
Kitamura.
I know his last name's Kitamura, but I did not like No One Lives. I did not like that, but I liked this.
You know what? No One Lives also. I didn't hate it, but
I didn't like it.
I put it as an honorable mention.
Acting was terrible in that movie.
Well, yeah, but it's a slasher. Again, let's be honest.
Scream, well acted.
Yeah, but again, name I compared to all the other known slashers. Halloween, you could use.
I think that I know what you did last summer. Movies are actually pretty well acted for the most part.
I never was I'm interested in this.
I'm talking specifically the acting. I'm not talking about how you feel at the movie. I'm talking specifically the acting.
I don't even really remember that much of the acting. And plus, I'm gonna be honest,
Mike Philby played an asshole.
Jennifer. Well, when is he like growing titches? That was the best part. Asshole he played. Anyway, but I'm gonna be honest here. Jennifer Love Hewitt, as gorgeous she is, that's why that scene is memed so much. What are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? Anyway, number 14. Go check Midnight Meat Train. Great.
Bradley Cooper role very early.
Yeah, Bradley Cooper, Vinnie Jones. He's basically a mute in the movie, but I think he's intimidating.
Also, a really good cameo from
Quentin Rampage Jackson.
Which Raimi is it? It's one of his brothers.
Ted Raimi, I believe.
Ted Raimi?
I believe so.
Yes, it is Ted Raimi, where he gets his fucking head chopped off. That is awesome.
Yeah, Ted Raimi. Number 14. I don't care what anybody says. I prefer this over the original. I should have put The Strangers as an overrated movie.
Just fuck off with The Strangers. I hate all of them. Goodbye.
You know what? I don't hate The Strangers. I just think it's overrated. Again, I would have put that in the list, actually, right now that I think about it. But number 14 is The Strangers Pray at Night.
Again, go fuck themselves.
I enjoy that movie.
What do you think of Strangers Chapter 1?
I'll be honest, I was one of the very few people that liked that movie when it came out. But I really am like my anticipation for this. this anticipation I had for this trilogy has gone out the window, and I forgot it was even coming out. And then I see a picture for the upcoming movie about it. I'm like, oh yeah,
They're not even fucking out yet. They promised they would all come out in one calendar year. They're fucking Lionsgate. They don't know what the fuck to do with this movie. No.
Number 13, probably Christopher Nolan's most underrated movie, Insomnia.
As long as it wasn't Tenet, I'd be fine. Also, Ginger Snap's reunion
All
in
his
that movie,
movies are
apparently.
masterpieces.
Huh?
All
Ginger
his
Snap's
movies
reunion
are...
in that movie, I think. Stafford Isabel and Emily Burkhardt both appear in it, so I think it's a reunion.
I'll say it's Robin Williams' second best performance behind 1 Hour.
Al Pacino's
Funny enough, I have 1 hour photo in this list too. But my number 12 is The Autopsy of Jane Doe.
Never saw it. Is that the one with me
I
and
haven't
her?
seen it.
Yes, and Brian Cox.
Yeah.
It's a fantastic, and again, if I ever did a list of underrated actors or maybe not underrated but underappreciated actors, Amelia Hirsch would probably be
Hirsch, not Amelia Hirsch.
Amelia Hirsch, Amelia Tomato.
Amelia Perez. Oh my God.
That's how underrated and unappreciated he is because no one can pronounce his name correctly. Anyway, but he's again in the movies.
Next Door 24 hours a day back in those times.
Oh yeah,
I like that movie significantly, but
I bet you did.
I had to review it for the show. I wasn't watching.
I bet you did.
I was not watching the jerk off. I had to watch it for the show. Remember, we reviewed it at one point.
Well, yes, you were watching it for the show while doing this.
Why would I review something on the air when I?
No, you watched it for the show. But you did, did you watch it during the show?
No, I watched it before the show.
Yeah. So you were jerking off while watching it for the show.
Jesus Christ.
I don't blame you. I just be honest with you. So like David kissing Drew Carey's asshole. Anyway. After Drew Carey took a dump. So yeah. And did wife. True story. David told me how he really got on TV. Was it number 11? 1 hour photo. We already kind of went through that.
Robin Williams should have been nominated.
I agree. That is a crying shame. Number 10 is Would You Rather. It was a horror movie
kind of.
More like Would You Rather or what? I don't have a joke for this.
I was going to say it was a movie from 2012. It had Brittany Snow and also Jeffrey Combs. He played the main bad guy in this movie. Also had porn star Sasha Grey. And actually, you know what? She actually wasn't that bad in the movie. I still like the scene when Sasha Grey goes with Brittany Snow. She's begging not to stab her. And she's like, "Can I stab her anyway?" And then Jeff goes like, "Never heard that one before." Because he's a slime ball. Also, it has the guy who played the Penguin in Gotham as Jeffrey Combs' son in this movie. He plays a slimy little shit. He's like, "Name pig."
So God, this sounds terrible.
It's a very depressing and
depressing. That sounds like a fucking cartoon.
It's a very spirit-depriving movie. It's not like it does, but I do recommend it because it is.
You want spirit-depriving? The Descent. That's spirit-depriving.
Oh no! Watch Would You Rather. You'll know what I mean by that by the end. Anyway, number 9 to me, the most. I know some people would say it's a ripoff of Death Wish. I don't care. I love this movie. It is one of my favorite Kevin Bacon roles.
Death sentence. Daniel James 1. Why'd you have to put dead in the title? Death or dead? He did 2 movies in 2007, which both began with the word dead in some capacity.
Yeah, Death Sentence. I think that was a visceral. It was a very violent.
It's a very good movie. It's brutal. It's very, very violent.
Yeah, it's another movie that not a lot of people talk about.
Also, it's unironically the best Lee Whannell acting I've ever seen. He gets killed at the very beginning.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, that's true. But number 8, probably my number 2 most underrated vampire movie, Kiss of the Damned.
Kiss of the Damned. I've heard of Queen of the Damned, but not Kiss of the
Damned. It came
out
in 2012. It's another one where it's like, Huh?
I think I've heard of it.
Let me see if I could find. It has a great song in the trailer. Actually, I'm going to listen to it later on today.
Damn, that's what you said. Okay.
Kiss of the Damned. I'm looking it up right now.
68 Rotten Tomatoes. Oh, Milo Ventimiglia, Riley Keough's in this. That's Michael Rappaport. That's not a bad cast.
Yeah, it's a very kind of throwback. Also, another underrated movie I want to put in here, an honorable mention, The Love Witch. I think it's still on Peacock. If it still is, watch it. It's
Sounds like an Our House movie. Sounds like something I wouldn't like.
Well, of course, because you have no taste. Anyway,
fuck you.
No, thank you. I don't roll that way, pal. But anyway,
yeah. So much for taste when fucking you put fucking Terrifier 3 as your fucking number one best movie of 2024.
Well, I put Nosferatu. Nosferatu took over that spot. So, anyway, so number 7 is Near Dark, the most underrated vampire movie I think of all time.
It's not bad. It's not bad, but
that's
it's
a
not
Catherine Bigelow movie.
Yeah,
I don't think it's her best, but it's not bad.
My number 6
is the Blu-ray is pretty much impossible to find on a good scale.
It's a fucking hard movie to
I
find.
used to have it many years ago. I'm still pissed I sold it. Anyway, my number 6 is probably the most underrated Nightmare on Elm Street film. Also, the gayest Nightmare on Elm Street film. Nightmare on Elm Street 2, Freddy's Revenge.
Oh, Jesus.
I haven't seen any of those movies.
Oh, how dare you, Soren.
You haven't seen the fucking first Nightmare on Elm Street?
Not even that.
Jesus Christ.
Victor, we're going to have to go and kidnap Soren and make him watch us.
I've only seen some of the Friday the 13th movies. Not all, but I've seen some.
I'm pretty easy to find, Victor. I'm in New York City, too.
Oh, great.
Oh, okay. So yeah. So shit, Victor. I don't have to do anything. Victor, just go kidnap him. Keep taking me over and make him watch movies for a week.
Make me watch Lost.
Yes, make you watch Lost. The first.
No, Victor. No one.
I'm gonna bring over the Blu-rays and we're gonna watch it and hold you hostage for like a week.
All right, fine, Soren. I'll come and kidnap you and take you back to Texas, and I won't put you through Lost. Don't worry.
You're gonna get through it now, and then when I track you down in Texas, huh?
I'll only have you watch the Terrifier trilogy once, and Beau is Afraid once. That's it. After that, we will watch whatever else is there.
Afraid is just not good.
How dare you shut your whore mouth? Anyway, number 5 is American Mary.
I think it's a fucking fantastic movie, but I'm totally not biased, am I?
And then number 4, I talked about this in a few lists. The Guest, Adam Wingard, of course, Dan Stevens, fantastic film.
It's a good film. Sidetrack of American Mary. Listen, if men, women, non-binary people, I don't care who you are, if you do not get turned on by her fucking spraying the blood on herself, I mean, I don't know what's wrong with you. You have no taste in women.
I'm still sad that was a body double in Freddy vs. Jason. Who ruined that for me? Was it you?
I did.
Fuck you. Anyway, who was I whacking off to when I was a teenager then?
Some person.
Because I was 8 years old when that movie came out, so I can't say I was whacking.
I don't know who it is. I'm sure.
I didn't know how to use my pecker at that time. So fuck you. Anyway, my number 3. Speaking of Jeffrey Combs from earlier, we have Reanimator.
I haven't seen that one.
Shame on y'all. And you call yourselves film fans.
I'm pretty much a snob in terms of horror.
I am also a complete fucking snob for the record. I think I'm a bigger snob than him, to be honest.
And then my number 2, which is of course, what's his name? William's favorite Halloween film, Rob Zombie's Halloween 2. I don't care.
No. This is.
I don't care what anybody says. This movie is completely misunderstood.
Yeah. Misunderstood.
Yeah,
You misunderstood H2O for the fucking record.
Yeah, here's what I think of.
Halloween 2 is better than H2O.
Yeah, I got nothing.
So yeah, well, one day, hopefully, in maybe 50 years on episode 5,865, we'll review Rob Zombie's Halloween 2 by the time
And
we
I'll
get.
give it a -1 straight up.
And then my number one, which is a movie I hope we talk about soon, and that is Fade to Black, which I will not talk too much more about it because I want to save that for a review. But that is my top 20 with a few honorable mentions. Underrated movies of all time. Is people satisfied with that list? Is that
for the most part, except for a couple of things here and there, like Rob Zombie's Halloween 2, like that should never be on a fucking.
What? I get it.
You were saying
Halloween 2.
What were you saying?
What were you saying?
No, I was asking you what were you saying. Well, thank you, Jose. Did it redeem last week's list?
No.
Hey, well, next week is gonna be I'll probably do maybe I'll do 2 different top 5s, but top 5 that of a movies that I think that I know are bad, but I still enjoy them for whatever reason.
So guilty pleasures.
Yeah, guilty pleasures. Actually, I'll make that top 10. Never mind.
Damn it, I might as well make a list of fucking guilty pleasures maybe someday. I don't know when I'm gonna do that.
Oh, actually, that's not next week. That's gonna be in 2 weeks because I'm gonna be away. So yeah.
The fucking guilty pleasures. Watch, you're gonna put every single Adam Sandler movie on there to piss off Roby. You're gonna do
me?
Yeah, you're gonna put every single Adam Sandler.
No,
movie
I ain't fucking David.
Honestly,
Even the only
Adam Sandler movie is a guilty pleasure. It would be hands down. You don't mess with a Zohan.
Soren, you're the man. I agree. I was gonna say that. If there's 3 Adam Sandler or guilty pleasure, actually 2. The only 2 I actually watch is actually some of his worst ones. You Don't Mess with the Zohan, and I gotta say I find enjoyment out of That's My Boy.
Really? Oh, come on! That's considered one of his worst.
It's not a good movie. It's just I just find it's so bad it's good.
And to think we have to review that movie someday on this damn wheel. Thanks a lot, Soren.
What? That's My Boy?
Yes, he put fucking That's My Boy on the wheel.
You're welcome for that.
Hey, you know what? That like we've watched a lot of crap on here, especially since I came on, but that's like Geely and all that. But I will say this, you know what? I like that when I see that in the list, I'll be like, okay, I'm not mad.
Fucking.
I'll even be mad. I'll even be mad if I'm working that the following week. I'll be damn. I wanted to talk about that movie.
Yeah, I guess we'll be back. We're gonna review Back to the Future Part 3, but first, an ad that actually makes sense to put on, considering if you've seen this fucking trilogy. By the way, I'm not gonna go back and repeat my thoughts the first movie, but I'm gonna let these 2 talk about the first 2 movies because they haven't even fucking talked about them yet. But anyway.
Jaws made you afraid to go in the water. Jaws 2 made you afraid to go back in the water. Jaws 3D was a new dimension in terror. In Jaws 4: The Revenge, it was personal. Then it was just business. Then pure pleasure. Cyber Jaws made you afraid to log on. And Robo Jaws made you afraid of robotic sharks. Then Chief Brody's grandson assembled a super team of shark hunters. Jaws 10, it was man versus shark versus all the terrors of the deep. Outer space, then a prequel, and a sequel to the prequel. And then a new era in terror began. Jaws started a family. Battled a Russian shark named Ivan Sharkovsky, took a bite out of the Big Apple, and learned about love from a mysterious stranger. Jaws 18 Origins, the mind-blowing reboot. Now, the oceans are disappearing, and to save their home, the sharks must attack. Jaws 19. This time, it's really, really personal. Coming soon.
Fucking Jaws. Yeah, the shark is still fake. But yeah, as I stated earlier,
Honestly, I'll take anything over Jaws: The Revenge.
Jaws: The Revenge. Admit the fact that the shark roars like a lion was kind of funny. That was kind of funny.
That would be a so bad as a good movie, actually, if I'm being honest. But even I don't really go back and watch that movie.
So yeah, you know, even though we're not reviewing part 2, we're reviewing fucking part 3 now, and it's been 2 fucking years since we reviewed a Back to the Future movie. We're finally gonna fucking finish it. We are finally gonna fucking finish it. We're finally gonna finish it, folks. This is it, the big one.
I'm going back to 1885, and I'm bringing you home.
Welcome to the rousing conclusion of Back to the Future. Doc's trapped in the past.
What kind of a future do you call that?
And there's only one man who can save him.
What's your name, dude? Clint Eastwood. What kind of stupid name is that?
Steven Spielberg and Robert Zemeckis present Back to the Future Part 3.
Where'd you learn to shoot like this? 7-Eleven.
Rated PG. Starts Friday, May 25th at theaters everywhere.
Hold on, I'm typing in the fucking response and the fucking I'm doing my moderating thing. There we go, much better. Yeah. So, oh Jesus, I didn't even get ready. Shit. Oh my God, I'm over the place today. But again, when am I not all over the place? I feel like I'm a fucking. It feels like sometimes I'm fucking sloppy seconds. Sometimes. Come on, where the fuck is my article? Hold on. Okay, Back to the Future Part 3 is an 1990 American science fiction western film directed by Robert Zemeckis, screenplay by Bob Gale, story by Robert Zemeckis and Bob Gale, based on characters created by Robert Zemeckis and Bob Gale, produced by Bob Gale and Neil Canton. No, that's a fucking tongue twister if you ever fucking saw one. Starring Michael J. Fox, Christopher Lloyd, Thomas F. Wilson, and Leah Thompson, all reprising their roles from the previous movies. Also starring Mary Steenburgen. Released on May 25th, 1990 by Universal Pictures. Budget $40 million. It made $245.1 million worldwide. I think that's worldwide. I think so. It could just be domestic, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think it's worldwide.
In this final chapter, Marty McFly obtains a 70-year-old message from the time-traveling Dr. Emmett Brown, in which he informs Marty that he has retired to a small town in the Old West. Excuse me, that's the end of part 3. No, part 2, at the end of part 2. Fuck, I'm all over the place. Marty then finds out that Doc was murdered shortly after sending the letter. In order to save his friend, Marty will have to travel back in time, disentangle a love-struck Doc from a local school marm. That's a word.
Right. He's going back in time to the Wild West to get Doc Brown off the tombstone.
It's like I'm gonna hook up my phone real quick.
And repair the DeLorean, all while avoiding a posse of gunslingers. 79% rate on Rotten Tomatoes, 55% rate on Metacritic, 7.5 out of 10 IMDb, 3.6 on Letterboxd. Now, before I even talk about this movie, I just want you two to talk about your thoughts about the first 2 Back to the Future films, because you weren't there. You two weren't here when we did those. So I figured since it's the end, it's a better to talk about it now than never. So I'm going to shut up for a minute.
Undoubtedly.
Soren, go ahead, because I'm going to hook my phone.
The first one's a classic, to be sure. Kind of performances from Michael J. Fox, Christopher Lloyd, a compelling story about going back and changing saving Doc Brown from getting murdered, and also getting his parents back together after he accidentally split them up. Part 2, it's not as good. I felt it more or less a retread of the first one. I mean, it's still good, but nothing can top the original.
Chayton?
Chayton?
Chayton!
Did he abandon us again?
He probably did. Or he just went to go see Jaws 19, directed by Max Spielberg.
Shark still looks fake.
I said that joke already.
I don't care.
Yeah, jeez. And I will say, I guess I'll reiterate my points about parts 1 and 2. Although I did what I said I would do. I did a Back to the Future marathon yesterday. Watched all 3 movies pretty much in sequential order. Pretty much barely took breaks. And here's what I think about thinking about the first 2 films now that I've rewatched them. The first one will always be the best of this trilogy. I think it's a stone cold masterpiece. I think there's a lot going for it, and it's actually the I think it's the most optimistic viewpoint of time travel, especially with the end of that movie. The end of that movie, you say, oh, since he changed the past and he has a fucked up, he fucked up his own timeline. But I think it's a more optimistic view of time travel because it was for the better.
Yeah, because his parents actually ended up better. Like
they ended up better. Also the other son was not a fucking delinquent who worked at Burger King. And and also too, like, he got to have the car. The car was, got fucking towed by the tow truck because Biff was being, and Biff, he got what he fucking deserved. Part 2, I love part 2, but I will admit the pacing in that third act kind of slows it down for me. The third act kind of, whenever they go back to 1955, it's not as engaging as the first 2/3 of that movie.
Yeah, I was gonna say I really enjoyed the first movie. It's a classic for sure. As far as the sequel, I do agree with Soren regarding it being a retread, but I still like it. It's the, like, not to go too much into part 3 yet, but part 2 is the weakest of the 3 in my opinion. So, but
also another thing I love, like, another thing that just really irks me in part 2, whenever they try to fucking cover up the fact that Crispin Glover's not there anymore. Like, Crispin Glover was like, fuck you, I'm done. After the first movie, I don't think he had a good time making that movie, I'm going to be honest. I think he's gone on record since. I'm not sure exactly what happened. Anybody could feel free to correct me if I'm wrong, but he was not there. They had to use some, like, stock footage of him from the original, and if it scenes where they had to shoot it specifically for the movie, they had to, like, obscure his face and get some asshole to read his line. I like to call him fake Crispin Glover. But yeah, part 2. Again, 2015 segment is a lot of fun. I love the alternate 1985, but the 1955, that part right there, that's the rehash. You could argue part 3 also rehashes a lot too. You could argue that it rehashes quite a bit. But I think when I was a kid, part 3 was my least favorite because I never liked westerns. I thought when I was a kid, it was boring as fuck. Too long, the typical things that I would normally say. But watching it again, I think I like part 3 better than part 2. And I'm going to tell you why. I think it's the most adult Back to the Future movie. It deals with the most adult emotions, I think.
I agree with that.
Because especially with Doc. Doc, to me, I think this movie's more about Doc than it is about Marty. Marty's kind of a supporting character in this movie compared to Doc. That's true. Part 2 did have Elijah Wood and the fucking
You mean you have to use your hands? That's like a baby's toy.
But yeah, I like part 3 because it deals with these adult, like, more emotional consequences of time travel, which I'll get to. The movie starts out with essentially replaying almost shot for shot the end of Back to the Future Part 2. I think it cuts off slightly because they want to block out the to be concluded title card, but they play pretty much the scene pretty much verbatim. And which is a bit strange because they do explain what happened in the scene in the actual start of the movie. So that was to me, that's a little bit of an afterthought. But remember, at this point, Marty went back to 1955 because...
Which helps that this was actually shot back-to-back with the second one.
Yes, it was shot back, and it came out 6 months later. Not even 6 months later. But, yeah, and it pretty much just jumped left off, and the first scene that kind of gets me every time is when fucking Doc is losing it about how, when he to his tape recorder, about how Marty went back.
While Howdy Doody is playing in the background.
Howdy Doody time. Jesus. Yeah. I think it sets itself up well, and it's the last time we see the 1955 Doc in the entire franchise, and I think it's a good way to kind of finish this version of the character, I think. And not long afterwards, they find a DeLorean stuck in a fucking landmine or whatever. like they had to blow up a landmine or whatever because Doc in the past literally put the DeLorean in a safe place, and of course he's gonna get murdered at some point in 1885, and he has to go back. Marty has to go back to save him.
We have to go back.
Yeah, we have to go back. Take a shot. Lost joke. What am I saying? So Marty goes back to save Doc anyway, even though he was not supposed to. He was supposed to return to 1985 and destroy the DeLorean. But I think the first two films, what it did so well was set up the friendship that these two have, and the fact that I think because of that development that these two have and the bond that they have, it makes sense for him to go back to 1885. If it was any other movie, he would go back to 1985. The movie would be over in 10 minutes. But he goes back to 1885, and I will say this. Out of all the Back to the Future movies, the first one is my favorite, but I'm going to tell you this. This is the best shot Back to the Future movie.
Yeah.
This is the best shot in terms of cinematography. D. Cundy shot all of them. But this movie with the sweeping Western backgrounds, it is, especially when the fucking they call it Indians, but again it was 1990. The natives attack Marty. You try to attack.
Yeah,
Marty.
the scene where he goes back in time and he immediately gets caught in the posse.
It's a beautifully shot scene. There's a bunch of beautifully shot scenes in this movie. It is just like they spent the money on this movie. I feel like part 2 to me maybe was contractual obligation. This is the movie that Robert Zemeckis wanted to make. I argue this is the movie that he wanted to make. And part 2 was pretty much just a contractual obligation. Well, it has its moments. I think it's a 4.5. I liked it better than you two did. But I really like how it spins around the Western tropes. Now, I have not seen very many Westerns, but I noticed certain stuff from Westerns that I've seen. Influential Westerns that I've seen. Like, for example, when he goes back in time and the posse's after him, that's when it's ripped out of Stagecoach. It's ripped out of Stagecoach right there. If you've ever seen the movie Stagecoach, which I highly recommend, it's one of the greatest Westerns ever. It's right from it. And then there's the whole plot about how Marty, Buford Tannen is going to kill him at 8:00. It's pretty much it's just high noon. That's kind of the premise of High Noon, that whole subplot. And, it kind of twists around a little bit the Western tropes. And I think what's crucial about this movie is the love story between Doc and Clara. And Mary Steenburgen, she's fucking fantastic in this role. She's absolutely fantastic. I think she's the standout.
And the scene where Doc saves her from falling, it inspired one of the hardest levels on the SNES. Or was it Sega Genesis?
But yeah, it's just, I think that whole love story is the center. It's the center of this movie. And sure, it is just as much about the friendship that Marty and Doc have. I think this is the one where it really is about the relationship, because even though Back to the Future Part 1 and Part 2 have a good amount of interaction, this is the one where they interact the most out of all of them. And them trying to figure out a way to go back to 1985 using 1885 specifications, dealing with the posse led by Buford Tannen, and just the world building of this town of Hill Valley in 1885, I think is interesting. Marty gets to meet his fucking ancestors.
And he gets pissed on by his great-grandfather.
Yes, he gets pissed on. But what I like about these sequels to Back to the Future, the first one I argue is a comedy first and foremost. These movies, these two sequels, are not really comedies. They're more adventure, science fiction, and in this case, a Western movie. They have higher stakes, and you really feel the stakes in this movie, even though there's a lot of downtime in that first hour. You still feel the stakes by the end of it. And the sequence on the train, it does run a little too long, but by the end, I will give it. This movie, this train sequence is fucking intense. It is intense. For a scene that takes place on a fucking train, this puts 1817 The Paris to fucking shame. But again, I'm like the only person who saw 1817 The Paris, and that movie fucking sucked. No, 1517. Not 1870, 1517 The Paris.
Wasn't it that Clint Eastwood directed
Yes,
movie?
it's awful. It's not good.
Where it had like the actual people who
Yes,
who
and yes, it's not good. It's not
yeah,
good.
I remember hearing about it and all that, and I'm like, this is why when they do these these retellings, they have actual actors.
And then you also have the immortal line, "My God is better than your statistics." Oh God, that's a terrible line. You know, but I really like the special effects. I think are the best in the entire series. They spent the most time because in part 2, most of the effects look pretty good, but I think there's too much. You could tell, especially in the scenes in 1885, especially when Marty has to try and not, catch his past self with, when he's in the dance and all that. You could tell there's too much chroma key, like the outline of the green screen is like it's there, and it's just like, oh, that's really distracting. They do a better
you can
job.
tell that Robert Zemeckis really loves showing off complex visual effects,
Who Framed Roger Rabbit, I think, might be his magnum opus, and that's complicated special effects.
Also, Forrest Gump, The Walk, his Uncanny Valley CGI movies.
Oh, fuck! I hate those Uncanny Valley. I hate the Polar Express is so overrated. I don't like that movie. Beowulf, I've never seen. Fucking.
I like Beowulf, but I was gonna say, damn it! You know what? That's another one I should have put in overrated. Fucking Polar Express.
Thank you. I don't understand why people like that movie. All style, no fucking substance. All style, no fucking substance.
Maybe I wouldn't have gotten too much hate if I did that.
No, I think you got a lot of hate because people think that is a classic, and I just don't understand why. But yeah, the special effects in this movie are much better. Although, yeah, there is like soft, like whenever it gets to a visual effects where you see the two different versions of the characters side by side, it does look a little soft. But I think they do a little bit better of a job not showing the chroma key outline of the green screen all that much.
The mousetraps on Peacock.
And then also, I love the CGI train at the end. The time traveling train. That, to me, for 1990, that looks almost like if it was made today. That looks fantastic.
Also, another great effect is when the train crashed.
The train crashes at the end. It's unbelievable. That is a practical effect, but it looked like they blew up that fucking train. It looked like a Michael Bay movie almost. It really did. It really looked like if Michael Bay directed it. But yeah, this is just unbelievable. It's unbelievable. Yeah. In terms of what I don't particularly, my only issues are, one, it's a little too long. I think 2 hours, even though I think it justifies the runtime in some capacity because it has a lot more character work. That's what I like about this movie the most. The character work in this movie is excellent. I really do believe it's excellent. But it does run a little long. But again, most Westerns run a little bit long. And also, the scene the scene where what you call it, I feel like the remember that festival that they have, that goes on a little too long as well. That scene goes on far too long. I have to admit. But positive though. But again, I can say this for both the second and the third movie, the first and the second movies. Alan Silvestri's score is fucking fantastic, particularly the Western aspect of the score. With that Western, it's a secondary main theme almost the entire movie, is one of the best things Alan Silvestri's ever done.
Yeah, indeed. I will say probably the funny scene in this whole movie is when Doc gets knocked out by drinking this whole thing.
That's one of my favorite scenes. He just drinks one little piece of liquor and he gets fucking knocked out.
And they had to make like the hottest drink ever, and they put it in his mouth, and then he rushes to the watering hole, only to get knocked out anyway.
Yes, and it's right before Buford Tan is fucking hilarious too. What kind of stupid name is that? That's the one line that will ever be.
Yeah, what kind of stupid name is that? Sounds like the guy who made 1517 to Paris.
Clint Eastwood. Yeah, because Marty's nickname is fucking in this movie is Clint Eastwood. Well, the first one was fucking Calvin Klein for some reason, but this one makes and even other people in the movie think it's a strange name, Clint Eastwood. But yeah, I think one other thing I wanted to mention from part 2 that I think is it carries over, even though this character is not in part 3 very much until the very end, but I think Elizabeth Shue does a better job as Jennifer than the chick in the first movie. I think she does.
You know what? I kind of like.
I think she does because in part 2, remember in part 2, the opening scene where they recreate the first movie's ending, and the reaction shot of her having kids in the future is much better, more realistic than the other chick in the first movie. Like her eyes was like, what the fuck? I think it's better. I think she's better.
Would you like Victor? I gotta ask you. Would you consider her an underrated actress? I feel like
I would.
Because she was great. She was great in fucking this movie. She was great in The Boys. Of course, we covered Hollow Man.
What about Leaving Las Vegas? We gotta talk about
Leaving Las Vegas, Adventures in Babysitting.
Hollow Man.
She was in Piranha 3D.
Oh Jesus. Oh God.
But
she's underrated.
Huh?
She's underrated. I agree.
Yeah.
And it's funny because they try to hide her in part 2 and part 3. She was already high profile. She already did Adventures in Babysitting, and she did Cocktail with Tom Cruise, which was one of the highest grossing movies in 1988, despite the fact it got negative reviews. And they try to hide her name from the opening credits. It's not until the credits start rolling, not even the first side of credits, but the second half of the credits where they actually bill her. Like they were trying to hide her name. I'm not sure why. Probably because she was too high profile, but They probably didn't want to make it because back in the day, back then, let's be honest here. Back in the 80s, 90s, 2000s, early 2000s, it was the movie star that sold the movie a lot of times. And I feel like those days are dying out, but that was back in the day. You saw Will Smith on the front of the poster. You didn't care what the movie is. You go see it. You're gonna go fucking see it. Exactly.
Tom Cruise, same thing. And that's one thing I like about nowadays. It's more so concept, story, director. I go to see movies more so now. I love certain stars. I'll go see a Sydney Sweeney movie, but I'm not gonna go see every Sydney Sweeney movie. But I like Glenn Powell. I'll go see a Glenn Powell movie. But I usually am more interested if I see the director of the movie, the studio that's doing it. Neon, I feel like Neon, for me, as much of a A24 guy as I am, I feel like Neon may actually take the spot of A24 as my favorite movie studio.
Here's the thing. I said this before and I'll say it again. A24 is making more mainstream movies now. So because of the fact that they're going to be making more mainstream movies that are more commercially viable, Neon is going to take that place of being the A24, aka they're going to be my arch nemesis now. I already don't like Anora, so that's.
Hey, you like Long Legs, so
I liked Long Legs and I liked Parasite very much, but I didn't like Anora.
You hate seeing Mikey Madison's tits, don't you?
No, to me, I think she's a very good actress. I just hate Sean Baker. He comes up to me as a hack. I'm sorry. His writing is bad. All they say in that movie is just fuck. It's like Quentin Tarantino uses the word fuck like poetry. This guy just uses it just to use it.
I would say that. I think
it's like what Roger Ebert said about Eddie Murphy, even though I don't necessarily agree with him about Eddie Murphy. Richard Pryor uses uses four-letter language as poetry. Eddie Murphy uses it as a bludgeon.
Oh, well, let me ask you something, though. Let me ask you. What would if you had a gun to your head, you could pull the trigger, you had to pick one or the other, right? What would you rather watch, a Sean Baker writing movie, or would you watch a Rob Zombie writing movie? You have to pick one.
I'd ask you to pull the fucking trigger.
No, you can't pull the trigger.
Yes.
Sean Baker.
All right. You know what? Okay. Okay, how about this? If you have to pick one, or I Thanos snap lost out of existence. This is what you get for all the Lost references. I will Thanos snap lost out of existence unless you have to, but you have to pick one. It's pretending that Lost never happened. Worth not sitting through one of those two. You would do what?
I'd rather watch Rob Zombie because at least he knows. At least for me, even though he does not know how to fucking write a movie, at least he has interesting shots. That's what's gonna deal. But Sean Baker's not original when it comes to
no. But I'm basing it solely off of writing, not shots, not anything. Just writing.
Okay, if I can watch a Rob Zombie original, fine. Not Halloween 2.
Well, okay, it's Halloween 2. Halloween 2 or any Sean Baker project.
Put the bullet in the fucking chamber.
Oh, what's that? I'm about to Thanos snap lost out of existence.
I fucking hate these Sophie's Choice games. Jesus.
Yeah.
I fucking hate these Sophie's Choice games.
Well, that as my girl and me talk about when either of us don't get our way. Well, that's too damn bad.
So anyways, about Back to the Future 3.
Yeah.
Back to the Future 3. I don't know if I could say any more. I mean, I think it's a phenomenal film. I think it to me rewatching it again, I think I like it better than part 2. I'm going to be honest because part 2 does rehash, in my opinion, too much. Even though part 3 does rehash things too, I think it's more original. I think it's a lot more original than the fucking part 2. And part 2, I'll say this too. Part 2 does a lot of things. Like it does maybe too many things for a movie that's not even 2 hours. It does a lot of things. Part 3 is more focused because it's only taking place in 1885. That's it. That's where it's taking place. And because of that, you could really delve in on the character work between Marty, Doc, and Clara. And that's crucial. And it has this adventurous spirit that I think that part 2 kind of it still had it because it's a little bit more serious. Part 2 still had it, but I think it was kind of toned down. It was more of a sci-fi movie. With part 3, Westerns are inherently adventurous to begin with, and they made it seem like adventure. And again, the shots of this movie, especially when the scene where they're first going on the train, they're walking on the train on top of the train. It's just beautiful. It is a beautiful looking movie. I will not reiterate it. The production design is immaculate for the 1885 section.
Immaculate?
Fuck off. I'm not talking about your Precious, okay? Fuck off. Fuck off. But yeah, I really like this movie. I'm gonna give it a 4.5.
Yeah, 4.5.
I was gonna say 4.5 for me too. I agree with some of Victor's issues. I feel like it is a little long, but again, with the character development, I kind of give it a pass. It is a perfect end to this trilogy. I am glad that I know they've attempted to.
Zemeckis, if you fucking adapt the musical into a movie, pretty much passing it off as not a remake, even though it's an adaptation of the musical, don't fucking do it. If you even because they made a musical of it recently, and people, I don't know if he said he was interested in making an adaptation of the musical. That's pretty much remaking the fucking movie, Zemeckis, and you promised people you wouldn't remake it. And you push Universal not to do it. You're a hypocrite if you do it.
Yeah, if you're gonna remake it, don't do an Eli Roth. Remake it with have someone else try to put their mark on it. I'm not advocating for this movie to be remade. I'm just saying that if
they do make a Back to the Future musical movie, they better get someone else to do it.
And plus
I wouldn't even watch it because my stance on musicals.
And plus, they're fucking singing and dancing the whole time. I'm just like, no, it only makes sense for the fucking dance at the end of the first movie. But otherwise, it doesn't make fucking sense to go jumping around singing your thoughts. It doesn't make sense. Do not remake this movie. Universal, I swear. But again, they refuse to remake Jaws, and thank God. But
like the problem, like I'll say this about Jaws, like Back to the Future, I feel like it could be remade. Jaws, I don't think could, because there are so many goddamn shark movies out there that it would be just it would like there's like again like the Meg and all these other movies that they go
stand out.
Huh?
It's not going to stand out.
Yeah, like Back to the Future. Again, I want this to be reiterate. I don't want this movie to be remade. However, I've always said this. I even though again we talked about Snow White earlier, I am a champion for remakes, but I'm mostly a champion for remakes for maybe lesser known or even bad films, but that had good premises.
Yeah, remakes of bad movies. I'm surprised that those aren't.
For example, I forgot to put this in there, but Dredd. Dredd was a perfect example of a remake of a mediocre movie.
I am the law.
I am the law.
I still need to see the Sylvester Stallone movie.
I will say about Judge Dredd, I'll say this in terms of what I've seen of it. The production design of that movie is fucking great, but everything else.
Are you talking about the original?
Yes, the original. The production.
Yeah, I like it as a guilty pleasure, but it's
and it
like,
showed that Danny Cannon could direct if given the right material. Which he got the right material eventually with CSI. He directed the pilot of CSI, and of course, CSI is one of the most popular TV shows of all time. But
yeah,
that's Miami. We're talking about Las
I
Vegas.
know. I'm just every time I hear CSI, that's always what I think about.
But yeah, what's next? Robbie was so remakes The Room. They already remade The Room. It's not even. When is that ever going to come out with Bob Odenkirk?
And Mike Flanagan's in it. So is Kid Siegel. That's gonna be funny.
I hope it does come out. I don't know if
I want to see it just to see Mike Flanagan in a remake of The Room.
Yeah, I want to, and he's gonna. I think he plays Peter, which is funny. So
but like, let me ask you something. Like, my whole thing though is with The Room remake, right? Is it like Tommy Wiseau's original vision for The Room was for it to be a drama, right? Yes. But since we're in on the joke and making it into maybe what it like, remaking it into more of a comedy, I wonder how that's gonna work. I'm fascinated by that.
I feel like this is gonna be reworked to be a comedy. This remake,
yeah, I think, and it's not saying that there are other, like, again, look at 21 Jump Street. 21 Jump Street, the show wasn't a comedy.
It was a gritty ass cop show for the
and then
time.
he made it into a comedy, which I've said is probably some of the last great true comedies that have been released. Like, there have been a few, but it's like, I will still go and watch fucking 20. Like, my girl does not like Jonah Hill. She hates him with a passion. I wanted her to, she sat through 21 Jump Street. I tried to get her to sit through 22. I still say anybody who ever, and I was one of the guys who criticized Channing Tatum. That movie, 21 Jump Street and Foxcatcher, were the movies where I realized that he's not only he's a great actor.
I'm sorry, Romy, but you want to win? You want to win for the team?
Steve Carell was nominated for the wrong category.
You want to win? You want to win?
Hell, I'll say this. I don't think Mark Ruffalo was nominated. I don't think he was. He was good, but I think Channing Tatum should have been nominated. That was a crime that he didn't get nominated. I thought he was fucking phenomenal in that movie. But I will say this about 22 Jump Street. I won't go into too much. 22 Jump Street has one of the best reactions. Like, Channing Tatum has one of the best reactions. And if you've seen the movie, you know what I'm referring to, that I've ever seen. His reaction and of a certain scene with him, Ice Cube, and Jonah Hill's characters was just fucking hysterical.
But anyway, up 22 Jump Street, the credits alone are funnier than the entirety of 21 Jump Street.
I don't know, because like 21 Jump Street, and again, that movie wasn't like who would have thought that movie would have been not only as successful, but like just as funny. Again, Jonah Hill's great, but it's just like that year, 2012 was the breakout year for Channing Tatum. Because I don't care. As a man, this is not a movie that I shouldn't be praising. But you know what? Fucking that movie, 21 Jump Street, and Magic Mike, for the fucking shit.
But we fuck with Steven Soderbergh on this show. Not literally, but I love Steven Soderbergh's filmography.
Yeah,
I've never seen Magic Mike, but
I didn't. I saw it with an ex at the time, and I didn't think I was gonna. I just thought, okay, I'm taking her to see a movie about male strippers. Okay, fuck, I'm probably not. Like Kevin Nash was in this, so I was like, okay, at least there's people I know in this movie, right? But I'm like, this movie's fucking great. I never saw the sequels because it felt like they didn't keep with the.
I know Soderbergh did the last one, but I don't think he did the second one.
Yeah. I saw the trailer for the second one, and I'm like, this feels like it's more what I feared the first movie.
Yes, and apparently that's exactly what it is. And then Soderbergh came back to do it. I think it's gonna be more in the style of the first movie.
Well, no, he did do part 3 already.
I know, but like he did in the style of the first movie.
Oh, okay.
It was supposed to be more over the top. Oh, this is the stripper movie that people feared it was going to be.
Well, I felt like the third movie, I felt like it didn't make any sense because he's the only one left. You know, I just felt like this was like just, I don't know. It felt like to me it was just, well, let's do it. You know, I don't think a lot of people were begging for it. You know,
and they were like they did it at the wrong time. They took forever to make it. But anyway, besides the point, let's
4.5 out of 5. I'll give Back to the Future 3. It was a perfect end to this series, and again, if they do anything, remake it, because at this point there's no need to do a sequel.
There really isn't need to do a sequel. Then again, there's the Telltale Games game if you want to have a sequel if you want.
Plus, again, I don't think maybe fucking what's his name would do it, but Michael J. Fox, I don't think physically could do it.
Yo, because the Parkinson's, you know.
Yeah,
I don't think he would.
Yeah, and Christopher Lloyd is, I believe it's in his 80s or something.
Well, he was great in fucking that one movie, Nobody.
Yeah, he was fucking hilarious. He was the best part of that movie, arguably. Him and Rizzo were surprising.
And we're getting Nobody 2 in the summer, I believe.
So yeah. Now before I spin the wheel, I need to ask Connor since it is Justin's birthday or around this time, like around the week or whatever. But like what movie did he decide to put on?
Because, I can tell you.
Happy birthday to Justin, by the way.
Yeah, happy birthday.
The movie he chose was Snowpiercer.
Oh, you're gonna do a Bong movie?
Yeah.
Okay. Now I think I'm just gonna make it black because it's just the one movie on the wheel.
Okay, so it's not the movie we do. It's just what we put in the wheel. Okay, I get it.
Snowpiercer.
So what happens like if it's our birthday week, Victor? What do we?
Well, apparently they get a free pick according to Hunter if this goes well.
Okay, because I saw that. I didn't know if we made that a thing. So
I did it, but I'm for it. I'm for it.
So yeah, same. So like the week before, let's say Victor or whoever's birthday, we don't do the wheel. We just pick, or maybe we pick a movie from the wheel.
We pick a movie for the wheel. There's no guarantee if we'll land it, but
okay.
Actually, we will. I think that's what he implied.
Okay,
yeah,
so like
put a bonus movie on the wheel. Yeah, okay, that makes sense.
Okay, heard.
Yeah. And I know Romy's gonna get very pissed off if we ever now with the fact that we're gonna do fucking Snowpiercer. Romy's getting very pissed off because he fucking
wait. Let me ask you though, Victor, about movies. Do any of the rules apply still?
Rules about what?
Of what directors or anything?
Yes, that still applies.
Yeah, not even for the birthday boys. Okay.
Yeah, no fucking Ari Aster. No, don't do that.
You know that was where I was going.
I'm not that cruel.
Thank you. At least he's not that cruel. Hold on. It's so hard to fucking share my screen now because they changed the damn layout. StreamYard keeps changing the layout every.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Press the percent button. There we go.
Okay, there we go.
Every 5 seconds they fucking. Oh Jesus, it's annoying. Anyway.
Oh, Book of Shadows.
1, 2, 3. The fuck Book of Shadows. I hope it doesn't land on it because you fucking said it. I swear to God, if you fucking.
And I will be on here next week.
Big money. No whammies.
Damn it, we have to do a serious movie now?
Whose pick was that?
That was we used to do viewer polls, and that won a viewer poll. That means we have to, but then again, it's been forever since I've seen Schindler's List, and it's fucking depressing, and I love it. It's won Best Picture for a fucking reason. Unlike Anora, I know, I'm gonna shut up now. But I'll do 3 hours. That's it. Actually, no. Does it run over 3 hours? I think it's over 3 hours.
3 hours 16.
Jesus, this will be the longest movie we ever review on the show so far.
And then now I will say this though, if it lands on next week, if whatever movie it lands on, if it's one on my list, then just we'll do it. If not, or if it lands on my choice, somebody message me because I may not be able to see it, but I'll message. Like if I think I'm friends with Jared Soren, I think I'm friends with you on Facebook. So just somebody message me if it for some reason will land on my choice, and then I'll just send you a message of what the movie what I'll pick.
But yeah, I think Schindler's List is a fucking masterpiece. So
yeah, that one. I'll probably still watch it. Just
I just sent you a request, Chayton.
Oh, I thought we were friends already. Oh, okay.
Apparently not.
Apparently
I send. Yeah, I'll add you once I go back to my phone because I was gonna say yeah. I'm very. I used to have a lot of fucking people on my old Facebook, and then it got taken down. So I was like, when I made my new one a few years ago, I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna keep it small. Like I think I have 200, but I was like, I'll keep it small. Just basically anybody who's it. I'm like anybody that's cool or I trust or people that That's what I'm like. But yeah. So reminder, I will not be here this coming Tuesday. Although you never know, if I'm on a break, I may crash the stream for a few minutes. You never know. You never know what happens when I'm not here.
Also, we're going from one Universal and Amblin movie to another. Like Universal and especially Amblin then again, Amblin's one of the greatest production companies who ever fucking lived. But we can't escape Universal's wrath on this show. I think out of
what studio is Book of Shadows?
That's Artisan. That's Lionsgate, technically speaking now.
Oh, okay. So yeah, I'm gonna go on
Artisan because Artisan released the original. But
I'm gonna go on my crystal ball and pray and hope that it lands on Book of Shadows next week.
Oh, piss off! That movie sucks. It just sucks just about as much as the first one and the third one. They all could blow rocks. They're all terrible.
I haven't seen them, so I can't say.
You know what's funny? Book of Shadows to me, and it's still a bad film, but it's the best Blair Witch movie. But that's not saying much.
I don't think any of them are any good. I'm not gonna say which one's the best because they're all fucking turds.
I may actually put Book of Shadows in my guilty pleasure list, but I gotta rewatch it again. My girl loves Book of Shadows,
There's one thing I can praise about Book of Shadows is some of the songs that they picked on there are pretty good, like Marilyn Manson at the beginning, and I think the song from Stir of Echoes, the Stir Echoes, I think is in Book of Shadows as well for some reason. But that's the only thing I can fucking praise about Book of Shadows. Book of Shadows can go fuck itself right off. It can fuck right off, just like fucking Blair Witch itself. You can go poo poo on the doo-poo somewhere. Anyway, we're done here. We're done for this show. Next week, Schindler's List, one of the greatest films ever made, if not the greatest film ever made. It's probably even though art is subjective, but if you want to be objective, Steven Spielberg's best movie he's ever made, or at least his greatest movie that he's ever made. I mean, he's made a lot of phenomenal films. And plus, we just reviewed fucking Minority Report a week ago, and we're going to another Spielberg movie.
And trust me, next week's episode is gonna make a lot of money.
We're gonna make a lot of money, possibly.
We're gonna make as much money as Snow White did.
Well, at least we admit that we're broke. We
admit
that we're broke. But at least we're openly honest about being zero budget. There's no.
You know what I should have done if me and Victor placed a wager on if Snow White. I should have had him dressed as Lord Farquaad. I mean Snow White for this episode.
Give me I don't even have the fucking costume.
Well,
why would it be cross-dressing? What am I, Buffalo Bill?
Well, baby, have you done Silence of the Lambs?
No, not yet. Not on the show yet.
Well, you know what? If ever we do that, we should all cross-dress.
No.
Oh, fuck! I guess I'll be the only one who does it. Fuck. I'll put effort for the entertainment of this video. If we ever do Silence of the Lambs, I promise you, I will wear one of my girls' dresses and put on a wig.
Oh God.
Wait! Before you end it, I gotta have her.
What the fuck? Schindler's List is the April. Oh my. No.
Oh yeah.
We're doing Schindler's List on April 4th. No.
Wait, 1 second. I gotta ask my girl this.
Oh no, that's fucked up.
1 second before we end it. Sweetie, can you pause that and mute the music real quick? Just mute it. You don't even need to. Oh, okay.
This is so
That's a
fucked
good
up.
song.
This is so fucked up.
Press square.
Jason.
All right, before we end the show, all right, sweetie, you're not on camera, by the way. But anyway, I said if we ever review Silence of the Lambs, I will put on one of your, like, since these guys don't have the balls to do it, I'll play Buffalo Bill. I'll cross dress in one of your dresses to put on your wig. Does that sound cool?
I'd fuck you. I'd fuck you hard.
You heard that? Yeah, and Victor, by the way, not only has my girl seen Corkscrew, she's not the film enthusiast that we all are, but she even has on Blu-ray. You fucker.
I have the Blu-ray too, son of a bitch, and that's a rare Blu-ray. I have the original pressing of it.
I know she has the Blu-ray.
I have Silence of the Lambs in this Hannibal box set.
I have the Arrow edition.
Oh, I have that
it's
too.
not
I
a
have
print
that.
now. I think I have the Arrow edition. I watched the Arrow edition not too long ago.
Let me see if it's the same one I got, Soren. Yeah, I have that one too.
I have the Arrow edition. Mine's fancier than yours.
I have that one, and I have the that's Salsa, and I have Red Dragon on Blu-ray.
I don't have Red Dragon.
Red Dragon and Hannibal Rising, believe it or not.
Oh, see, that's the one I'm missing. I'm missing that and Hannibal season 3, and then once I get all that, I'll have all the
Good
Hannibal.
luck trying to find Hannibal season 3 for an affordable price. Hundreds of dollars on eBay.
I say look for the German Blu-ray of Hannibal Rising. I think that
We're talking about the TV show, not Hannibal Rising.
Well, there is. Walmart has released some versions of Hannibal Rising on Blu-ray over the last few months.
Yeah,
So,
unlike I'm seeing all the fucking complete series of Hannibal, some of which are like, there's one that's $182.71.
no, Jose, no.
200.
I don't want to die.
Oh hell no! I was thinking about one day doing
Trust me,
Jackass the movie, but
Trust me, I already died tonight watching Lil Nicky before the show.
we need a good movie, even though it is kind of a fucked up April Fool's movie. But we need.
Yeah, you insensitive prick. Like how dare you? How dare you?
I don't rig that wheel. I don't rig it.
I know you don't, but then it gets out. You try to abuse your power though when it doesn't go your way.
Maybe I will abuse my power one of these days.
Like when Lando on my choice, and due to the fact I wasn't gonna be there, we picked the room.
Shit. Yeah, fucking Schindler's List on April Fool's Day. Go fucking figure. Should we do Jackass anyway and bump Schindler's List the following week?
Hey, Victor, you're lucky that I didn't put that in. Your rules still apply on the picks, because otherwise I would have probably picked Bo's Afraid.
You know what? It is a little too heavy to do Schindler's List on April Fool's Day, to admit. So you know what? You might be right. Let's do Jackass the movie.
Yeah, that's probably better.
It's probably for the best, because if we went on the air reviewing Schindler's List on April Fool's Day, we would be canceled.
Yeah, I would say we'll just spin it again next week.
Yeah.
And then we can save Schindler's List for approximately 2 weeks from now, if memory serves me correctly.
Hell no, that's too long of a movie.
No, we have to do it. We have to do
Jackass
it.
is next week, and Schindler's List is April 8th.
Yeah, April 8th. That sounds about right. We should just do Jack. And plus, it's shorter. It's like I have the unrated cut of the movie on DVD.
It's like 80 minutes long.
It's only like 87, 88, 86, 87, at least for the unrated cut. I don't know about the theatrical, but we'll do Jackass because, one, it's an easy movie to talk about. We can just talk about the funny scenes of it. I don't know. It's kind of, Chayton, are you a Jackass fan?
I like the movies, but again, I'm not going to be here next week.
Damn it. And again, number 2 is my favorite Jackass movie, or Forever. One
I
of
only
them
saw
two.
the first one.
I still need to watch Forever, though, so yeah.
And we'll probably do all of them, except for maybe I don't know about Bad Grandpa yet, but we're doing the main line. If we do Bad Grandpa, we're going to do the main line entries first, before Bad Grandpa, if we do Bad Grandpa. So
it's only going to be better than Dirty Grandpa.
Imagine if somebody on somebody's birthday said, "Oh, review Dirty Grandpa." That would be a great birthday present. Fucking piece of shit. So, oh god, I'm sick. Not sick, but okay, for real this time. Next week is Jackass the movie, followed by the next week, no, 2 weeks from now, fucking Schindler's List. I got William, if you're watching this, make both thumbnails, send them to me, and then I'll get the rest planned. Otherwise, that's it. We're done. Goodbye now. Fucking piece of shit. And by the way, one more thing. Hey, the fucking fucking, oh, my brain cells are killing me right now. Fucking people who want to say they like original films. How about support Death of a Unicorn this weekend, opening in theaters? Or you could have supported Novocaine, but you didn't do that, did you?
Yeah, Death of the Unicorn. I bet the Brodies won't approve.
The Brodies?
The My Little Pony fan.
Oh, I thought Brody's. I thought the Brody's like in Jaws, the family of Jaws.
The Brodies, Victor.
Bro, yeah, they wouldn't approve, but you know what? Maybe it's better than fucking, dealing with. That's what I don't like. I'm going off topic, but like, if you're gonna say you need to support original movies, support the fucking original movies. Like, come on now. You don't go picking. Oh, because they're only because I want to watch good ones. I'm just like, even the original ones that aren't good, at least take fucking chances. Come on, you're fucking ridiculous. Yeah. Anyway,
don't worry. This weekend, Snow White. Trust me, it's gonna make money for real this time. It will for real. No, seriously, for real this time. For real. Trust
Tanner,
me.
make a clip of him saying that and make a sequel. Thank you.
I'm joking about that. I'm just mocking you.
No, seriously, I want him to make a sequel. See, because if I can get roasted, he get roasted. You can get roasted.
Yeah, trust me, it's gonna have a 90% up bump in the drop off.
It's not like Mufasa. Mufasa did like the fucking upswing battle thing.
And I heard that movie sucked.
No, I heard it was actually better than this movie.
Well, yeah, but it still sucked.
Not a movie.
Thank you.
Yeah, fuck yeah. And yet Sonic 3 made less money. Made less money. It's fucking ridiculous. God. Anyway, that's besides the point. We could talk about that off air, maybe. All right, bye-bye.